Because God knows, place ain't never open. I wish I would have knew that before I damn. I mean, who thinks that the post office is not going to be open? You know, it's not something I thought that I would have to look into. Otherwise, I would have. Now I know. Now I'll definitely check to make sure when I get my new P.O. box. Oh, okay. Let's walk in here. Hello, hello. I've been watching too much. Thinking I should probably heat me up some coffee since I'm out here where I can damn use my stove because I'm dragging ass. I mean, I don't really have anything left to do. I gotta call the school, call my insurance company. Y'all, I ain't even joking. That's like the damn 10th time I've came by here looking for that package in less than, how long have I been here? A week? I don't know what the hell. Damn place ain't never open when they go to deliver it. So what if they ain't, I mean, they don't do deliveries on the weekends. Like Amazon and stuff, to my knowledge, out here. So the only time this place is open is on a Saturday at 8 a.m. to 11 or something. And then they're closed through the week, 2 or 3 days. Like Wednesday and Thursday they're closed or something. And then, shit, I can't see. And then the days that they are open, they don't open till lunchtime. And they close at 4:30. They open from 12:30 to 4:30 for 4 hours, Monday and Tuesday. Don't make no goddamn sense. Oh. We about to damn make some coffee, or I'm gonna fall asleep because I'm tired. I got up at 2 a.m. Oh, Lord. All right. Hell, I might throw this in that pan and warm that up. That's what I'm gonna do. All right. What do I need? Just in case. All right, let's go. Y'all. Hello. It's really upsetting that I can't find this package. It makes me frustrated and it makes me feel bad because, like, I didn't know I was going to have all these damn problems. I didn't know, you know? And it causes problems in other people's lives, and that's what gives me anxiety. I hate that the lady that, you know, Andrea, that sent me the package, I hate that she's had to deal with this bullshit because the damn place ain't never open. And I didn't know they weren't never open, and, you know, it makes me feel bad to inconvenience somebody else's life. What did I just drop? Freaking Febreze. Hold on. Damn it. Oh, God, it got all muddy, too. Shit. Listen, sometimes in life, you're going to have to improvise, okay? These pants are dirty. They're in a dirty clothes pile. It's just a little bit of mud. A lot of bit of mud. A lot of bit of mud. Damn it, it got in the damn bottom of the package and everything. Like, son of a bitch. And the damn bottle cap. The twisty part. Jeez Louise. Alright. Oh, throw that shit back in there. Grab the stove. it ain't been warm enough for me to do this. So I'm kind of excited right now, if I'm just being honest, because it's been so cold. I haven't been able to have coffee or anything like this. Let me get my cup and my fork. Ah, dropping shit. I need a protein coffee. Hey, I got one today. All right, coffee. I think I got everything I need. See what you got to do for some damn coffee around here. All this work. Pull all this shit out. I think I'm about to be kidnapped. Oh, God. 2 boys in a truck with a canoe. He, like, slowed down and looked like he was about to pull in here. Boy. Let me get my weapons, y'all. I usually don't have any problems down here. I stop in here and use this place to cook. Oh, I need a pot. Jesus Christ. What am I going to cook in? My damn hat? My hands? Ooh. Pot. Oh, God, y'all. They're coming back. Y'all, they're pulling in. All right. This is the shit I be talking about, yo. I ain't never seen no motherfuckers out here. They fucking... Let me just get my shit and go. There's nowhere to even access the water from that side of the river. Just want to be clear. You can't get to the water from that side of the river. How do I call these things? How am I that fucking intuitive? I'm telling you, I should have been fucking Sherlock Holmes. I felt it. I felt it in their eyes. I saw it in their eyes when they were fucking driving by. I need a job where I read people. That's exactly what I need to be doing in life, because I'm too fucking good at it to let this talent go to waste. This gift. It's a gift from God. That's exactly what it fucking is. Can't even damn have a damn hot coffee because of perverts. Did y'all hear him try to speak to me? I don't talk to fucking strangers. How many times I got to say it? Hey, how you doing? About to be doing better than you. You come any damn closer. Damn shit falling everywhere. I just shoved everything in the front seat and got the fuck out of there because there's no point of entry into the water from there. People just act like you're so fucking dumb, too. Ugh, fuck it. Ooh, pothole. It's a bad spot, too, because there's nobody out there. So if something happens and you start screaming, you're not going to have any help. And calling 911, it might be an hour before they get to you. People can die less than a minute. You can literally be killed in less than a minute, so... So we've been over there before, and I've shown y'all what it looks like back there. There's a bridge there, but unfortunately, the way that the bridge is built, you can't, that everybody leaves every alone. But you come to a small town like that, everybody leaves every alone. But you come to a small town like this, and people try to go out of their way to have interactions with you, just to, I guess, have interactions with you. I have had a couple of creepers in Florida. That one guy pulled up that night. The one guy at the park. But it's usually not that bad. I think I had like 3 incidents. I was right about half of it, because it wasn't 2 minutes later he got in the car and pulled up right next to my car, and then gets out of his car to approach my vehicle. I got out of there so freaking fast. I really don't understand what some people don't understand about CPTSD. Like, I've explained it so many times. I understand that I seem like a normal person sometimes, but I can assure you that I'm not. Okay? Like, just because I'm able to smile through the trauma and heartache doesn't mean that I can interact with people like everybody else, because I can't. I'm here to tell you I can't. If you haven't seen that by now, then you ain't been sticking around this channel long enough. I can't deal with people in society like most people can deal with people in society. I just can't. I physically cannot. It's not my choice. I want to. I want to be agreeable. I wish I could roll over and take it, you know. I wish. I don't know, you know, this is part of the reason that they wanted me to get tested for autism, is my lack of agreeableness. I physically cannot allow myself to interact with people on a normal level because of the trauma that I've been through. I don't know how to. I definitely don't want to be interacting with two strange men at a fucking river by myself when I'm simply trying to make me some coffee and enjoy the sunshine, because I never get out of my car because it's cold. So 99% of the time, I'm sitting in my car. It's not right. And then I go out to make me coffee, and these creeps go by. And listen, they probably just some lonely young guys that don't realize who they accidentally fucking with, okay? I get it. That could have been the worst mistake of your life, both of y'all. But, you know, luckily, I'm smart. I got the hell out of there. People just don't know. They don't know. I saw a video last night of war victims coming back from World War II. The videos capture, they were doing a study on soldiers who had been to war. Sorry. I noticed that there was a lot of similarities in their behavior to my behavior last year. One soldier, they took, it was just like a paddle from a ping pong paddle. It was a black ping pong paddle, and it was a doctor standing next to this soldier who was suffering from complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And the doctor simply put the paddle in the face of the soldier, and the soldier had a mental breakdown. He shuddered, scared. He tossed his hands up like he was scared and terrified, and he began to twitch uncontrollably out of fear. Y'all, those videos that I was watching last night, the similarities is just, it's crazy how I can go back and watch those videos and then watch CPTSD, these studies that they did after World War II, and I can see how my behavior last year, how my CPTSD was affecting my life. I was absolutely terrified of people. Absolutely terrified of them. Especially the end of 22 when I moved into my car. Or the end of 23 when the end of 23 when I moved back into my car after moving back home from Florida. I guess too much of anything could mess you up in the head, you know? Why couldn't I just be by myself down at the river? Why do people have to show up and damn interject themselves in my life? And why ain't it nobody I ever want to show up and interject themselves in my life? Jeez. I'm at that place in life where everybody I like doesn't like me, and all the people that like me I don't like. Like, that sucks, man. That sucks so bad. Ah. Hey, at least it gives you something to strive towards, though. It's so funny because it's so true. It's never been like that before I got clean, but my standards were pretty low, so. Oh, shit. Hell, who am I kidding? Did I even have standards back then? Shit. I called them standards, but it was really just sadness, you know? Oh, damn. I'm trying to get into this car wash so I can warm my coffee up. You see what I go through? Pisses me off. Oh, and I don't know about this, boss. This looks sketchy as hell. Oh, shit. I gotta do a 3-point turn because I ain't going down there. I don't think I'll make it out. I just want somewhere to heat up my coffee. Oh, shit. This damn snow, man. And I don't know what dudes be thinking when they roll up on you like that. Like, what do you think I'm gonna say? Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Where you from? How old you are? What bitches do that? Oh, bitches that are trying to get kidnapped, killed? Okay, all right. That's the difference between me and most bitches, I guess. Like, I mean, for real, the girls, you know, when dudes be making cat calls and then like, ooh, girl, you look good outside of a gas station, the bitches really be responding to that? Because I ain't never. And matter of fact, holler at me and you'll see me run quickly, okay? I'm going to be literally running from your ass across the parking lot. No doubt. I pick up my step real quick. Knees to chest, bitch. Knees to chest. Okay? Like, I just don't know why dudes be hollering at girls like that and, like, trying to interject themselves into their lives. Like, do bitches really respond to that? Because I have never, and I never would, and it creeps me out. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I'm just saying, any dude that's damn trying to holler at you at a gas station is probably not the best dude. I'm just going out on a limb. God damn it, dude. I'm so mad right now. I think I fucked my stove up trying to get it out of there. Lock. Ugh. I can't today. I literally can't. Like, I'm gonna fucking cry. I'm so annoyed with people, other people's actions interfering with my life. Like, now I want to go back and fucking drown them. So first of all, let me just show you. You put the damn canister in here. I don't know why it's not locking. You put the canister in. It locks down in there. It won't lock. Oh, that's why. Jesus fucking Christ. The stress. What a douche canoosh. I need that other coffee because I'm going to pour it back in this cup. Try not to bust my ass on that ice. I parked right next to it. What is going on? Y'all, I forgot to set the chat. Oh, no, I didn't. CPTSD, you knew what I meant. Where did that damn drink go? Y'all, I literally just had that damn drink. I drank 2 sips of it. What in the ever-loving... Jesus, please help me today. I found it. It looks like it's working, but yeah, I see. Oh, I am good. I just escaped death, I do believe. No, I'm joking. It's just two young guys looking to damn flirt. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Yo, that was the funniest skit by Dave Chappelle. I wonder if that water is still frozen. Oh, I need to take some out to put in the car because most of them are frozen. That's frozen. I kind of like that though. I need to put some in the car. For some reason, when they're in the car, they don't freeze like that. But if I damn, oh shit. If I damn, okay. If I leave them on the back of the truck, they freeze. Probably because they're sitting in the elements, you know what I mean? In the damn truck, with all that shit in the front seat. I should probably vacuum and do something. Let me get me some coffee in me and we'll talk about it. I want to call the school before I drive out there and waste a fucking hour of gas. An hour there and an hour back too, you know? I've already talked to him once, and I was supposed to have an appointment last week, but it snowed. Oh. I don't want to burn the bottom, but I do want... Oh, shit. I ain't worth a damn today, y'all. I done spilt stuff. Coffee. How many times have I spilt coffee today? How many times? Every damn cup I've had, I've spilt. If I ain't careful, I'm going to spill this. I think it's ready. It looks ready. There's a speck of something in there, but we don't care. Hey, nailed it. Shit, I was like, where's that running water? I was about to go rinse this pan out. It's the roof. We ain't gonna do that, but we are gonna rinse it out. And how did I did not nail it. I spilt more coffee. All right, let's get in the damn thing. I do like these new McDonald's cups. They're adorable. I need some water. Damn it. Oh, shit. Thank you, Jesus. I'm glad I didn't drive off with that back there. Let that cool down for a second and rinse this out. I am at a car wash, so I figured that this would be like the best plan of action next to where I was at, which really sucks because it was a pretty day and I wanted to be out in the sun and, you know, shit happens, I guess. It's too cold to damn wash a car. Who am I kidding? What just happened? I just broke some shit. Damn it. Y'all, I called it yesterday. I said, oh my God, I like just busted my ass. Said there's going to come a time where it's going to break. And I just dropped it out the damn car. Listen, I'm going to get cut on that. I can already see it. I'm going to get cut. I can see it now. My hand getting sliced open. Damn it. It's fine. I got another 50 in storage. I just want to get this glass up so nobody gets a flat tire. Damn it. I opened the damn door and everything fell out the damn car. What was I even getting? I don't know. Shit. Oh, I was getting a wipe to wash the dishes. Oh, Lord, I need to clean this damn seat out. So the police place, probably. They're probably like, what the fuck is she doing? Trying to make some hot coffee. Oh God, here comes one. Sounds like he's getting in a damn accident over there. Throw this away. Wipe this shit up. That work. And I bet damn coffee won't even be hot by the time I get back in here. Shit. All that work. And that's kind of why I've been having to eat out, you know, because it's been so cold. The damn stove won't work, number one. And then number two, it's so cold, it physically hurts to be out here. Like, I feel like I have frostbite on my nose and my fingers right now. It probably don't help that I have my hands in water. Lord. Lock the door. All right. All that for some damn coffee. Thank you. Yeah, my little cooking setup does the job. Oh, yes, it's so hot. I do like these cups. You see me shaking from all the caffeine? I'm like, ooh, it's good. I'm like, like I haven't had any today. Like I'm nicking for some caffeine, but it's really that I've had too much. I'm like shaking like an alcoholic. Oh, you might have a problem. Listen, I really thought that my caffeine addiction was bad until somebody told me the other day that they have like 3 or 4 cups of black coffee before damn lunchtime. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm not that bad off. And then they said they go to lunch and they come back and they start drinking more cups of coffee before they have to go home to work, off work. Sounds like me. I'm the same way. From sun up to sundown, as long as I've got shit to be doing, I'm drinking caffeine. I think the millennial generation was the first real generation that got into that, in my opinion. Like, energy drinks are so popular nowadays. Celsius and Monster and Red Bull. And I mean, everywhere you look, there's caffeine in everything. They've got caffeine energy bars, caffeine pills, caffeine gummies, caffeine liquid. You know? Caffeine everything. Hell, I'm surprised they ain't got caffeine nicotine, you know? Seriously, I bet they do. I bet they got some kind of caffeine product with or nicotine products with caffeine in. You know, I don't know if you can mix those. Maybe they don't have those together because let's mix an upper and a downer. No, I don't know. I don't know what cigarettes are considered. Carcinogen? Is that what they call that? A carcinogen? Oh, Lord. I don't know what they consider cigarettes. You probably shouldn't be mixing cigarettes and caffeine. I mean, you probably shouldn't be smoking at all, let's be honest. But y'all know I'm a smoker. It's not my fault. It's the one thing that's not my fault. But yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to mix these things, but here we go. I don't know. I was thinking maybe they had like tobacco products with caffeine in it. But that's kind of dumb. You can't smoke that, can you? I don't know. Anybody ever tried to smoke caffeine? Sorry, the weather. My coffee is delicious, by the way. It is so cold and I need gas so bad, but oh God, just breathe, just breathe. Gas is on the other side of town for the cheapest gas, so I'm gonna hold off on that till tomorrow. I need to clean out the truck, but you know, maybe if I have some more of my caffeine, I'll make up my mind. I should vacuum it out. I mean, hell, with this snow still on the ground, though, I'm going to still be getting it nasty in here. And it's supposed to snow again on Sunday. I might as well just leave it. Because I'm still going to be riding around. There ain't no reason to wash it because there's salt all over the damn roads. It's supposed to snow again. And yeah, it's sandy. But it ain't like I track it all around. Something I've never told you guys is I don't move. So, at the end of the night, when I'm getting ready for bed, I move my seat all the way up. I leave my shoes up here. I don't have any shoes back there. The only thing that goes back there is socks feet, okay? Listen, I know it's my body, but I'm still particular about things, and I don't have shoes back there, nor do I have bare feet all over this damn car. I don't know. I want to take care of it, number one, but also this area is probably the most disgusting part of the car because I'm in this seat so much. I need to clean these seats is what I need to do. I need to clean out my storage shed is what I need to do. I've got a lot of shit I need to clean. But I've been up since 2 o'clock. I got a lot done today. I'm grateful that I got it done. I don't know when I'll get my tags done, but it'll come eventually. I can't do anything about nothing but what I'm doing, you know. I'm going to call the school this afternoon and schedule another appointment. I called her and told her I wasn't coming last week. I was like, You know, I just feel like there's no reason to spend a lot of money on an education when you could get it for cheaper, you know? I'm actually surprised that Barron Trump is going to NYU. That's so surprising to me. I mean, I know that Trump is from New York, but it's just surprising because it's a liberal school, you know? So, like, I saw some street interviews with students from NYU, and there was a street poller out there or whatever, and he's asking questions to all of the NYU students, and he's like, do you know that you go to school with Barron Trump? And they're like, no, we had no clue. We've never even seen him. They say that he keeps to himself at NYU, that he doesn't have a lot of friends, but when he spoke to, he's, polite and well-spoken, and, but, these kids that are raised in that kind of spotlight, when we're talking about, like, the royals' children, when we're talking about the president's kids, those kids are raised completely different than kids like you and I. They're bred completely different. They're taught from an early age how to behave, how to carry themselves, how to hold conversations, what to say, when to say it, how to say it, and I have no doubt that part of the reason he's an isolated kid is because of his status. I mean, you can't trust anybody when your father is the president. You just can't. People are so demented and evil and foul. You just have to keep people at an arm's length distance, and it's got to be tough to have a life like that. I mean, it's weird because you're in the public spotlight, but you're also isolated in a sense because of your position. But you're in the public spotlight, constantly getting scrutinized by media, by citizens, the public, It's not got to be an easy life for a kid. But I'm sure it's a rewarding life. And, he's got privilege that we'll never know anything about, honey. But I found it interesting that a lot of the kids at NYU didn't know that Barron Trump was going to NYU. And matter of fact, they interviewed a few of the clearly liberal, bright colored hair, piercings, And they interviewed these liberal people, and they were like, would you ever be friends with him? And they were like, hell no, screw Trump. I could never be friends with him. He's a right-wing, da-da-da-da-da-da. How sad. How pathetic. It's just crazy. It's just sad. I feel like people used to put their beliefs and political and religious stuff aside for the better good of humanity and to keep the peace and to be kind, and that shit's out the window, man. That shit's out the window. I would love to see the days of Democrats and Republicans getting along again, but I don't see that on the home front anytime soon. When it comes to division from the right and the left, we are more divided than I think we've ever been, that I've ever seen, but I ain't been alive that long. So, it just feels like we've taken steps back when we've got, college students who are 18, 19, 20, 21 years old out here saying, ooh, I would never be his friend because of who his father is. Like, it's just pathetic is what it is. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know who all goes to NYU, but I can promise you that being a friend of Barron's would probably do you more benefit than being a friend of anybody else's on that damn campuses. I can almost promise you that. I always wonder, though, when those kids are in isolation like that, if they want to be or if they're forced to be because of their status and their position in life as, it's nepotism, I always wonder if that's hard on them, or if they enjoy that, or, but once again, it's not like he can be open to having a bunch of friends. That's kind of weird, because the royals, y'all remember Prince Harry, and Prince Harry and Prince William, they went off to college and had the normal college experience as hell. Prince Harry had a damn Nazi emblem on his on his shirt. He dressed up as part of the Nazi party, okay, for Halloween, and went to a Christmas party back in the early 2000s, and it was controversial, absolutely. He was all over the tabloids. He got railed for that, honey. But, like, even the royals had a normal college experience. We saw them out drinking. Prince William was from this girl to that girl when Kate and him would break up, and he talked to one other girl, so maybe not from this girl to that girl, but they definitely had their problems, and they were definitely in the tabloids, and they were definitely out partying and doing the typical college experience. But we don't see Barron Trump doing that, and I'm sure that he's been taught to gear away from people, partying, and drugs. We already know how Donald Trump feels about smoking and drugs. So, very interesting. It was so funny. Those girls were like, no, we'd never be friends with him. That's disgusting. That's supporting this and that and da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, girl, you are so out of touch. He's a human being that has no control over his circumstances, And yeah, he's blessed, but there's a lot of cons that come with that life. I can only imagine. I mean, yeah, he lives a life of luxury, but currently he's living a life of loneliness in NYU. They say he never even comes out of his damn room. He's like isolated. He has no friends. You don't see him with anybody. When you see him, he's going to class and then he goes back to his damn room. This is a 18, 19-year-old child we're talking about. Like, it's gotta be hard, but maybe he wants to live that life. Maybe he don't want no friends. Maybe he don't want to trust people and risk the drama, and that's smart if that's the case, and kudos to him, and I hope he's happy doing that. But I do think about how hard it must be for a lot of these celebrity kids to grow up. And there's other ones that I looked at and I'm like, oh, and they got it easy. Like the Obama's kids, they were such completely different, by the way, than Barron Trump. Two different sets of parents, two different sets of families, different families in my opinion. But, those girls had a pretty normal childhood. They were out doing shit all the time. And, going to parties and mingling with lots of people, and it was the complete polar opposite, in my opinion, than Barron Trump's position and what he's been put through, you know, what is expected of him. So some of these kids, I'm like, oh, okay, they got it made. But other kids, I'm like, that's got to be hard. And also, think about trying to live up to your father's legacy. Like, bruh, like, whatever that kid's gonna do, he has to do something great. I mean, he doesn't have to, and if he doesn't, then as a parent, I wouldn't be disappointed that he didn't, you know, match up to his father, or, like, you know, outdo his dad. But there is definitely a social pressure that comes when you have a father like Donald Trump, who has been in business for his whole damn life, who is powerful as hell, smart. When you have a father like that, I'm sure that it's got to be hard for a young kid, the pressure to keep up with your dad, or to just make something of yourself so you don't disappoint him, because he's done so much, you know? And I don't know if that's the case, but God, imagine trying to damn outdo Trump's, you know, like, for instance, Elon Musk and his father, you know, they have a horrible relationship. Elon Musk's father was very abusive to him. He always talks down about Elon. He doesn't respect, you know, anything that Elon's done. And Elon outdid his father, absolutely, academically and career-wise. You know, Elon is much more successful than his father ever was. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, he one-upped him. I'm just saying that that's a lot of the reason that there's this dynamic in that family, in my opinion, is because the father, well, he's immature, and he's egotistical. And, you know, it shows that he feels some type of way about Elon's success. You can see this in TV interviews with the father. So, you know, that's what I'm saying, like, and I do believe that Elon has stated that he had a lot of pressure to keep up with the Joneses as a kid. He knew he wanted to do something great, and he knew he had to do something great. He was a reader, though. They said he'd read 2 or 3 books a day, front to cover, front to back, cover to back. I am glad I didn't have those social pressures from my family when I was a kid. You know, when you grow up and they tell you you're never going to be shit, you don't dream about being shit. So it's quite the opposite. You know, I'm sure Barron Trump has heard since he was a child, you know, that he could be anything he wanted to be if he just stayed clean and stayed away from cigarettes and bad people, you know. I never heard that as a child. So I don't know what it's like to try to keep up with the Joneses, or try to, you know, follow in your father's footsteps or your mother's footsteps, or follow in their shadow. I never felt that as a child, because I was always told that I would never be shit. So, but, you know, it's worked out for me, because, you know, the bar was low, the expectations were low, and I've been quite content with just getting by in life. So maybe that's why I'm happy all the time, even though my life is burning to the ground, because the expectations were low to start with. Disappoint myself if I don't damn, you know, dream big. It's really funny, actually. Sorry. I think I have a morbid sense of humor. I recently realized this, that I laugh when I should not laugh. I think that's a marker for autism, isn't it? Y'all, ain't it a damn shame? You go to a mental hospital, you're like, I need an assessment. And they're like, we don't do that here. Take these drugs. That's what I went for, was an assessment, you know? See if I had autism, to see if I was bipolar, to see if I was suffering from borderline personality disorder. It's a damn shame. I guess we might never know, because I don't have insurance. And I've really, you know, honestly, you know yourself better than anybody else. And if you're the type of person that's like me, where you're able to do like process of elimination to figure out a problem, to sort out a problem, to figure out, to find a problem, maybe you should listen to your body before you listen to other people, is all I'm saying sometimes. I'm not saying ignore your doctor, don't take your medicine, but what I'm saying is your intuition is one of the strongest tools that God has given you to guide your way through life. And we ignore our intuitions way too much. Way too much. You ever have a friend comes to you with questions, looking for answers, but they tell you the answers in the story that they tell you? It's like they're answering their own questions and they don't even realize it because they're not trusting their intuition. Yeah, I think that it's best to listen to your body sometimes. And, never underestimate how food and financial stability, how it keeps you sane. Because it does. Food and financial stability are a necessity to function in life. For me, anyways. When I have financial insecurities, that's when shit goes south real quick. That's when my mind starts spiraling into the what ifs, the future, like unknowns, the daydreaming about bad things. Not good. Yeah, I don't feel like vacuuming. I'm too tired. I probably need to put this somewhere so I don't mess up. Well, at least I got the inspection done. I just can't do the tags because if I did, I would literally have like $2 to my name, and I can't do that. I need gas, so I've got to get gas in the morning. And technically, I guess it doesn't have to be done until that card says, but I don't think that's the right card, which is, I swear to God, if I lose this damn thing one more time, y'all, did I not stick it back where it goes? I did. No, this says Expo 131-25, but it says appeal deadline 3/16. What does that mean? Is that like to renew it? Appeal. Yeah, yeah. So does that mean that I technically have, I don't freaking know. It doesn't matter. I can't do nothing about it. It doesn't matter. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I think it took me like 8 months, 9 months to figure out that I was having like these meltdowns and like running into mania because of financial insecurities. And also, I never realized how much not eating impacts your mental health. These people that are, people that you see out here on the streets that are erratic and walking down the street looking all crazy and stuff, there ain't no telling the last time them people even eat. And if they're doing drugs, it makes it even worse. But when these people are homeless, drugs are not, and they're not eating food, they get crazy. When you're not eating, you can't even focus, you can't think, you don't have any clarity. And then you add in being homeless in the elements, the freezing, the cold, the rain, the heat, with no place to sleep. So you're running on no sleep, no food. It'll make you deranged. It'll absolutely make you deranged. And, I feel like Jordan Neely, the day that he died, it's very clear by his statements that he was looking to go to jail or a mental hospital. It seems like he just wanted to be off the streets, and that's so sad, for him to be that erratic, saying that he's ready to go to Rikers for the rest of his life, that he wants to die, that he's going to kill people. He had been homeless on the streets a history of drugs. I don't know if he was on drugs the day that he was killed or whatever. But regardless, the kid probably hadn't eaten forever. He was skinny as hell. And, you know, he had no family there for him. He had family, but they weren't there for him. They didn't give a crap about him. They let him freeze out in the cold, sleeping on the subways and shit. So it was only in his death that they come out trying to damn sue people. Floyd Jr. So it just appears to me, from the witness statements, the footage that we have, that he absolutely was over life. He was suffering mentally. And he absolutely, in my opinion, wanted to go to jail or a mental institution. And probably just to have a warm place to sleep and some hot food. I don't know. You know, he could have been on drugs, but that's not what it appeared to me. It appeared to me that he was looking for police involvement. And that's just my assessment. It's like he was screaming for help. He wanted help. I just don't feel like this 21-year-old kid who seemed like a kind-hearted, fun-loving, you know, people that aren't fun-loving are not going to be Michael Jackson impersonators. That takes a certain kind of personality, number one. To want to be theatrical like that, perform, sing, dance, smile, make others smile and dance, you got to kind of have, you know, a sweet, playful, artsy side to you, you know? So I just don't believe that he was really trying to kill people, but you can't go in a public setting like that and threaten to kill people and expect nothing to happen. He was absolutely wrong, but I hold a lot of empathy for what he went through because I've been in his shoes. And it is the most desperate feeling that a person will ever feel, to know that you have nobody, nowhere to go, and nothing, and no way to help yourself, because once you're on the streets, walking down the street, you don't even have the resource to get back and forth to a job. You don't have the resource to even wash your ass or buy food. Like, you are confined to sleeping on concrete, sleeping in the woods, you know, peeing in public settings. It's just sad. And I empathize with his situation. And I really think that he was saying those things to get attention, to maybe get arrested, to get a meal. I don't know. I just don't see somebody that young and, you know, fun-loving to be behaving, you know, to really mean saying, you know, the stuff that he was saying. And also, we know he had mental health problems. So how much of that was a mental health crisis? Maybe he was having a schizophrenic break or something. We don't freaking know. But I just, I've had the same kind of breakdowns. I don't want to live. I want to die. I want to kill people, you know? And it was from financial insecurity, not eating, not sleeping on a regular basis because I was being gang stalked, you know? Shit like that. Like, it really affects your mental health. And it takes a toll. And I just don't want to believe that this kid really meant what he was saying. I do believe that he was at his bottom and he was screaming for help. And that was the only way he knew how to scream for help, was to get himself in trouble. He knew if there was nowhere for him to go. There was nowhere for him to go. So, all of the shelters have been taken over by illegal immigrants, you know? New York is a shit show. I saw on the news the other night that they were opening up temporary warming shelters where, because the temperatures were going to be freezing, so for like 1 or 2 days, because the temperatures were freezing, they opened up these shelters for homeless people so they didn't have to sleep in the cold. What about the other damn 60 to 90 damn cold days that they have in the winter? Like, it's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's bonkers. so glad that guy passed me. So nice of him. And it went easy breezy too. He probably looked in here and was like, oh hell no, I ain't dealing with this shit today. You know, because my car is a mess. He's probably like, oh hell no. Oh, come on, Betty. Come on, Betty. I'm trying to make it up this hill. He's probably like, I ain't doing it. Oh my God. Oh shit. Y'all hear that plane? Oh God. I should have damn went. I'm going. I see. Thank you. They damn carrying a whole house back there. Oh, shit. Shit falling. Well, I got my warm coffee. Finally. You see how big of a pain in the ass that was? It's old quick. My favorite taco spot is over here. El Cabo. Love that place. They got a taco with a pineapple on it. It's so good. It's got like cabbage. I think it's a fish taco with pineapple and aioli sauce, purple cabbage, some weird shit, but it's good. It is good. I think it's there. I'm like 90% sure it's at El Cabo. Love that place. If you're ever in the, what area is this? Walnut Cove area. Is this Germantown or Walnut Cove? I think this is Walnut Cove. These little towns be running together. It's took me 20-something years to, like, figure them out. And then I still don't get them right. I'm like, yeah, I'm over here. I'm in Madison. And they're like, where? And I'll give, like, specific directions. And they're like, girl, that's Pine Hall. That's not Madison. I'm like, oh, well, it's right down the road. Like, what does it matter? Like, it's literally, like, 5-8 miles away. Like, same thing. Same thing. Old Pineville Road, Old Pineyville Road, same thing. Same damn thing. Y'all, I want to climb a water tower in my life, but I'm scared. You know, I was thinking about that today. There's so many things I was scared of, and then I just, like, did it, and then I felt better. Fear holds you back a lot in life. It really does. I was thinking about stuff this morning, like things that I've conquered my fears over. I'm about to pull up at this McDonald's to use the bathroom again, because God knows. That's all I do. Go look for bathrooms and more coffee. Walnut Cove. You know you in the South when they naming damn cities after walnuts and shit. Blueberry Cove. Sunflower Drive. You know you in the South, okay? Big Tree Farm Road. Like, yeah. You know you're in the South. Pecan Pie Road. Pumpkin Pie Hill Road. Pumpkin Pie Hill Lane. There we go. Lord. Grandma's Dolly's Drive. Seriously, you know you're in the South when damn. They naming shit Pineyville Road. What's another good one? Pine Hall. That's another one. Pine Hall. Mayadan, North Carolina. Hall River. Sorry, I could do the southern names all day long. It's just crazy how many there are. I guess I've never really thought about it. You know, the beach is like that, though. You get down the coastline, and it's like Seashell Lane, you know, Sunshine Coast Drive. You see crazy names down there. Duke Energy, yeah, it's a big old place. I feel like I hit a deer on that road. I did. I hit a deer on that road where that plant is, right in front of it. I was going about 65 miles an hour. Back country road, middle of the night, didn't see it. He went to cross and I just nailed him. I swear I've hit like 7 or 8 deer in my life, at least 7 at least. But it might have been more than that. They're bad out here. That's part of the reason I go to bed early out here, because if you're out when the sun goes down, the deer start moving. We got damn 200-pound damn deer out here. You don't want to fuck around and find out, especially if you in some tiny ass sports car or some tiny ass like little Corolla, honey. You might not walk out of there. You might damn limp out of there once they get the engine off of your damn lap. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, lots of truck damage. My Nissan, I rolled around for damn 6 months or a year with the whole front end messed up because I had already hit 2 deer and they had fixed it. And I got my truck back. I was headed to Charlotte, or I was headed home from Charlotte. It was like probably 3 to 6 a.m., somewhere in between there. And I'm on this backcountry road. And I had just got my truck back like 6 days prior, the week prior. I had just got it back out of the shop from hitting a deer. And I'm heading home from work and hit another deer. And when I called my insurance company, y'all know they dropped me, right? Because that was 3 deers that I hit within like less than a year. So, and it was actually in like less than 6 months. So they dropped me, and I rolled around for like forever with a messed up front end, financing a car that I couldn't fix. So anyways, I got it fixed during COVID. But I have a new truck now. I don't have the Nissan anymore. Let's see here. Oh, God. It looks like the Weather Service has issued its most severe fire warning for parts of Los Angeles area as winds start to pick up. This was dropped an hour ago. Like I said, there was rumors on the streets that this might get worse before it gets better because of the conditions of the weather. God, this has been going on for a week. Apparently so. Damn, the death toll has been moved up to 25 people. Mm-mm-mm. It looks like they're saying that this is a continued extreme fire weather and wind scenario. Once again, when that wind is catching them embers and carrying it to other fields and stuff, and it starts more fires. I mean, this is a... And then also, that wind is hitting that fire, and it actually amplifies the fire. It speeds it up. The wind speeds up the fire. It makes things, you know, like when you're starting a fire and you got the kindling and you got to blow on it to get it going. It's the same thing. So sad. Also, they were wanting Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass to step down. Like, Californians are begging them to step down. They've, like, started signing petitions and shit to get them both to step down because people are pissed. I mean, and rightfully so. And, like, I'm not trying to be like, ha ha, I told you so, but I just... California, what we went through on the East Coast and in Hawaii last year. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? And they didn't want to be there for us when we was in our time of need. Remember? Oh, that's right. Oprah and the Rock, they were there asking the public for money, even though they're like billionaires between the both of them. So, yeah. There was some people from California that cared. I just find it very ironic and sad. Japan might get hit by a tsunami. It looks like they had a magnitude, wow, a 6.6 earthquake. What does it go up to, y'all? Is it a 9 or a 10? What's the earthquake scale? There we go. God, I'm spicy today. What is wrong with me? Okay, let's see. So it appears that there's several scales or several ways that they measure the size of an earthquake. It's called the magnitude. Okay, but I want like numbers, bro. I don't even know how. Oh, is it a 10? It says they are possible. Does not go from 1. Okay, and then that says that freaking hate Google. So it looks like it does go up to a 10. But a 10 earthquake is every like 1,000 years. It's extremely rare. And I don't even know if this scale is like legitimate. It's just a picture on Google, if I'm being honest. Hold on one second. So according to the USGS, earthquakes of magnitude 10 or larger cannot happen. The largest earthquake ever recorded was a magnitude 9.5. It occurred in 1960 near Valdivia. Listen, Chile. How do you know we can't do a 10 or larger? Y'all, these scientists sometimes... Just because it hasn't happened, don't mean that it won't or it couldn't. I'm glad that it hasn't happened, but... So it appears it goes up like a 9. 9.5. That's the largest one on record. And the one that hit Japan on Monday was a 6.6. So it's, larger than a 5. It's up there. I mean, it's not, you know, I mean, yeah. I'm sure that can be deadly. So they first said that it was a 6.9, but later revised it down to a 6.7. But then the agency released another statement with the magnitude revised to 6.6. So apparently nobody knows how to do their job in the damn world anymore. This is your job. How do you not know? It doesn't look like anybody was hurt, so I don't know why. Oh, wow. The NHK said a tsunami estimated to be as high as 3.5 feet reached land within 30 minutes of the quake. The waters the waters detected at the port measured 8 inches high. Tsunami advisories were issued where the quake was centered. The U.S. Geological Survey revised its estimate down from a 6.9, adding that there's, quote, there is no tsunami threat from this earthquake for the United States. Oh, wow. Can they? It looks like tsunamis can strike repeatedly. What? You piece of crap. I'm going to have to put tsunami at the top of my fear list, right next to being burned alive. Sorry, I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm laughing. Oh, God. Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just some scary shit, okay? So it says, yes, a tsunami can hit multiple times in a single event, meaning a series of waves can reach the shore instead of just one large wave. The first wave is often not the biggest, and the danger can persist for hours as subsequent waves arrive, making it crucial to stay on high ground. Lord have mercy, you think? Mm. Well, the more you know. I mean, that piece of information would come in handy. Absolutely. If you were ever in one, at least you know that another one might be coming right behind it, babe. It's not a one and done. I got stuff all in my teeth now. Wow. The quake in Japan that happened on Monday that kicked off like the tsunami. It kicked off a tsunami warning. Am I saying that right? The quake centered at a depth of 18.6 miles, shook a wide area in Kyushu? I'm gonna go with that. Kyushu. Kashu? I really want to learn. I need Japanese lessons. Yeah, so this, luckily nobody was killed. Some old man fell down some steps. He was slightly injured, but he'll live. However, there was another one, an earthquake in 1946. It killed more than 1,300 people. I mean, how do you die? Well, I guess the buildings could split apart. Yeah, if you were like in an apartment complex and it starts shaking, I guess buildings could start just falling out the sky. Stuff falling off the walls, probably getting impaled by stuff. You know, if everything's shaking, stuff's moving, stuff's being thrown around, knocked off the walls, stuff's being broken. I guess it depends on where you are. Like, if you were in, like, I don't know, I guess stuff could go bad really quick. If you were, like, in a stairwell that had a big bay window when you get to the top of the steps and, damn, there's nothing to hold on to and it's fucking earthquake shakes you out the building. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, freak accidents happen, but I guess most casualties would probably come from, like, buildings collapsing. Yeah, I don't know. That's scary. The tsunami, though, is what's terrifying. Imagine looking out and seeing this 50 feet of water coming right for you, and there's nowhere for you to run, and you can't outrun that water. I saw it in a movie. They couldn't outrun the water. What movie was that? It was a tsunami movie from the 80s. No, 90s. Was it The Day After Tomorrow? I don't remember. It was a good movie, though. I guess I'm kind of glad that it warmed up a little bit because it's been cold, y'all. Ooh. Oh, that was a 95. Jesus Christ. Bait and switch me. So I'm reading an article right now from CBS. Ugh. They wrote an article 3 hours ago. It says that as the LA fires burn, officials work to counter false rumors and misinformation. What misinformation? That's what I'm looking for, and they don't list any in it. So it says the Federal Emergency Management Agency has reactivated its online rumor response site. What is that? Which it last used in the wake of Hurricane Helene and Milton in the fall to address false claims about the agency as it responds to deadly wildfires in California. Why they always want to come out and call us conspiracy theorists and say that we're spreading misinformation when we're talking about how wrong we're being done by the federal government? Why is that? The agency posted responses to rumors that resurfaced during major disasters, including setting the record straight on whether FEMA assistance is limited to one payment. It's not. Are you sure about that? You sure about that? And whether applying for assistance grants FEMA or the federal government authority or ownership of a person's property. It does not. But yet they still was in Western North Carolina snatching up property. Not the government. Well, I don't know. The government might have been. I just know about damn, I needed this. About corporations. They swooped in people's weakest moment, trying to get these poor people to sell their property. And a lot of these people were elderly, and they don't know the property value of their damn property. And it'd be easy to take advantage of them, is what I'm saying. And they're in a moment of distress, and it's not right. So the Los Angeles County Fire Department has directly refuted falsehoods as it continues to respond to the fires. They're clearing up online misinformation, the LAFD Public Information Officer Eric Scott wrote on X as he debunked claims that they were calling on the general public to help fight wildfires. Well, we got Mexico coming to help us. That's the general public of another country, which is a pretty big deal, in my opinion, you know? When's the last time we had Mexico send troops to help support anything? You know what I mean? For all I know, we've fought in a war beside them before. I don't know, but I just know that clearly if we have people flying from North Carolina to damn California to help with the wildfires, they absolutely are in over their head. And coming from Mexico. CBS said the rapid spread of falsehoods combined with the rise of AI-generated content has prompted officials to be more direct in confronting the falsehoods. Lord have mercy. So now y'all gonna pull AI into it? y'all gonna damn say that my videos are AI because I'm a conspiracy theorist? Like, come on, man. Such a joke. Anytime the public raises concerns, pitches a fit, starts to protest, has a backbone, stands up for its own people, anytime, ain't it crazy? We have these natural disasters, just like when Maui happened and we had officers blocking off highways so people couldn't escape parts of the city that were actively on fire, okay? Remember how they said, you know, it was all a conspiracy and then half of it was actually true. So I do not believe that direct energy weapons were involved in any of that. I just want to be clear. I believe in the evidence and the actual facts of the fires. I do believe it was a natural disaster. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me on that. I know a lot of y'all are actual conspiracy theorists and y'all think that, you know, and I'm not saying that it's not a possibility. I'm just saying that that's not what the evidence that I've seen shows me. I know that property was worth, you know, millions, if not billions. And I know you know, how the same corporation swooped in and started buying up property and running, you know, pretty much putting people in a bad position. They're desperate. Their properties have just been burned to the ground, and then you show up trying to buy it. And we saw the same stuff, and they called, you know, their poor handling of the situation caused everyone to grab their pitchforks and say, hey, this is not right. What are y'all doing? Where is the funding? Where is the money? Why did y'all only give them $700? And we saw the same thing in Western North Carolina and the other states that were affected, because let's not forget that 7 states were affected by Hurricane Helene. And now we're seeing it with this. It's just like every time the public has concerns and we come together and we say, absolutely not, this is bullshit. Who is responsible for this? And we start calling these people out by names, Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, the fire chief, you know, then they want to say that we're conspiracy theorists, we're spreading disinformation, we have our facts wrong. We got the governor line, we got the mayor line, the governor and the, what is she? Is she the mayor? He's the governor. Who is she? I might need to know since I'm talking about it. Who is she? She's the mayor. Okay, so I was right. So we got the mayor who's been caught in lies. We've got Gavin Newsom that's been caught in lies. But yet the media is over here going to bat for them. I'm so sick of CBS and MSNBC and ABC and all of these horrible media agencies. I'm just sick of them. So you remember during Hurricane Helene when we had first responders that were stopping civilians who had supplies, and they were making them hand over these supplies, and or they were stopping first responders from rescuing people off of mountains. Okay, there was a fire marshal that had an interaction with a private pilot who owned a private plane, and he was going up on the mountain in Western North Carolina. He was rescuing families off of damn roofs. He rolls up on one house that had a couple out there, and he took, I do believe, the wife on a flight first and was going to go back for the husband. But when he landed the plane with the wife in it, a fire marshal met him there and told him that he had to stop flight and he couldn't go back for the old man. He threatened to lock this pilot up for rescuing people, a job that FEMA and the National Guard should have been doing at the time, but they were not. I don't want us to ever forget. I'm glad that I actually went and recorded all of that and talked about what was actually happening there so that we will never forget what actually happened. FEMA and the National Guard were nowhere to be seen. Nowhere. I was there for almost a week. When I was leaving out, I saw the first FEMA trucks, first military trucks when I was leaving out. A week after this incident. They also lied to us. They told us there was no roads in or out. How the hell did I get in there? If there were no roads in and out to Western North Carolina, how did I get in there? They lied to us. They lied to us. They lied to us. They're lying to us now. And, you know, the media coming to bat for them and saying, oh, this is misinformation is BS. It's BS. But also remember how first responders were taking supplies from civilians who had donations through, let's say, like Facebook, Instagram. You know, donations were flooding in from all over from different states. And the donations would get there, and then there would be problems with first responders trying to confiscate these goods. You know, let's not forget what happened. And it's talking about during the Hurricane Helene and Milton, agencies including FEMA, the American Red Cross, and local governments directed some resources to combat a surge of misinformation about the federal response. Do what? They directed some resources? Is that their story now? This is the first time they're admitting. I don't know if I understand this sentence, y'all. During Hurricane Helene and Milton, agencies including FEMA, the American Red Cross, and local governments directed some resources to combat a surge of misinformation about the federal response. rumors, hold on. Oh, I did see that. Misleading and fabricated visuals have circulated widely during the fires, including AI-generated videos that seem to show the Hollywood sign engulfed in flames. In Hollywood, in Los Angeles, there's a big Hollywood sign up on the hill, and it appears that this sign is on fire. Now, I did see that, but you can clearly tell that it's AI-generated, in my opinion. And I also saw another one where the sign wasn't on fire, but the hill behind the sign was on fire. So I guess this is what they're talking about, like these AI videos that show certain parts of the city that are on fire that are not on fire. I don't agree with it, but the city is burning right now. I think the least of your worries is misinformation. How about you get out there and fix this problem, and we can handle the misinformation later on down the road. I just don't see why it's front and center in this situation when we have literal people dying. One widely circulated claim during the California fires stemmed from a viral video that show firefighters using women's handbags to extinguish flames. What? What? According to an LAFD spokesperson, the video actually depicts firefighters using standard canvas bags, a common tool for tackling small fires. I don't understand why this is even in the news. It's so stupid. I'm sorry. I gotta read it because it's that dumb. It's like, why? Why? Okay, here we go. Here we go. In. Conspiracy theorists like claims that direct energy weapons, or DEWs, ignited the flames, have resurfaced, fueled by misleading videos. Similar claims emerged and were debunked during the 2019 Australia fires and the 2023 Maui fires. Now, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with, like I said, I do believe that that's a conspiracy theorist in my mind, so I don't believe in spreading propaganda like that and misleading the public, because people, especially young people, they pick up on stuff like that and they get obsessed with it and they think it's real. And that's why we got adults out here playing fucking Dungeons and Dragons at 45 years old. It's just, you got to be careful spreading misinformation like that. There's no evidence to support that. I love how, I don't love how, but it's ironic and it's kind of crazy, which makes it humorous because it's just outlandish that the city is burning and their top priority is worried about what people are saying. The coffee made me feel better. I still don't feel like doing nothing though. Probably because I got up at 2 a.m. That shit comes early. A church. I went to a church in Asheville. It had gotten flooded. I was doing some filming out there and I stopped at this little church. It was real pretty. There's a video of it somewhere. He told me that he was a volunteer, the guy that I talked to. He said that he didn't know if the church would ever be able to reopen because the flooding went all the way up the walls. There's a video of it somewhere on my channel. It's really sad. I wonder how those men that lived in the VA are doing. They really got the shit into the stick because they don't have women and children. They didn't have the option for housing. And they were already homeless previously, living in a veterans shelter that was helping them with substance abuse problems, mental health problems. They did reunification with children. They did schooling. They did job training. They did everything for these men. And these men lived on the premises, and it was a 190 room hotel that had been converted. It was a nonprofit that the VA had kind of went in. The VA was paying these guys stay at this nonprofit type of thing. I don't know exactly, but from what they told me, their stay was covered by the VA, but the VA did not own the program. The program was a nonprofit. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but these men all went to war. All of these men had faced homelessness, hard circumstances. Some of them had struggled with drug addiction, CPTSD, PTSD. And it seemed like a phenomenal program. And I'm going to tell you what, I felt very comfortable there. I'm not the type of person that's very comfortable around lots of men, but I felt comfortable there for some reason. And just the openness and the way that these guys handled this situation, I could tell that these were good men. And it's just really sad. And I remember the day before, or the day I was leaving, I went back to visit again, and I was talking to one of the guys that I interviewed in one of the videos, and he said he didn't know what he was going to do. He was going to have to sleep in his car, and he had a tiny little like sedan, not even a back seat. It was just like a 2-seater. And he said that pretty much the shelters were full and there was nowhere for the guys in the VA to go. So there was at least 190 of them that was then homeless again after they had been accepted into this great program that they were working. It's just really crazy. You know, looking at the layout of the land, they were at the bottom of a hill in Swananoa, at the very bottom of a hill. So when it started to flood, that was actually the first place that started to flood, and it was bad. It was really bad. The whole bottom of that whole town was just leveled. And they're still going through this. You know, I did see a news report the other day where some old man, he donated over 100, I think 100 tiny houses, y'all. Or was it like 20? Yeah. It was NASCAR, Lowe's, and Builders. They were one of the companies that a $12 million recovery effort that delivered 100 temporary tiny homes to families in western North Carolina before Christmas Eve. Oh, that'll make me cry. The Amish community. Wow, hundreds of Amish people traveled from Pennsylvania to build tiny homes for people in western North Carolina. I read another one though where there was a guy, yeah, he was a local guy, gave a huge donation, and they were able to buy more of these tiny homes for families. You know, it's literally freezing and snowing in that part of the state, and these people are sleeping out in tents because their homes have not been evaluated, cleared, or, you know, there's loopholes you have to go through. I can't find it. It was interesting though, and I didn't know all them people like swooped in and started donating houses to the people of western North Carolina. Freaking hate Facebook. I don't want to see that crap. That sub is good after it sets for a little while. It's not good when you first get it at all. I wonder if they ever linked those two guys together. Ooh. So it looks like the Las Vegas Cybertruck explosion. 2 letters were found on the suspect's phone. Y'all, watching them pull damn body parts out of that car was
Y'all see this? Patrick Mahomes.
was kind of shocking. Matthew Lavelsberger, okay? The driver of the Tesla truck that exploded on New Year's Day outside the Trump International Las Vegas Hotel shared personal and political grievances in 2 letters found on a phone in the vehicle and called the attack a, quote, wake-up call. Matthew was an active-duty Army soldier. I'm sorry. Matthew, an active-duty Army soldier, said the country was being led by the weak and those out to enrich themselves. Why do all the people I relate to do stupid shit? This is probably why I'm single, because everybody that qualifies is a fucking lunatic. Surely there's a Ted Kaczynski out there for me somewhere, but why are they making sense? I mean, this is not okay. First of all, I want to be clear. He's a lunatic. But where was the lie? Where was the lie? He said the country's being led by weak and those who are out to enrich themselves. They're self-motivated. While also claiming the incident was not meant as a terrorist attack. So he wrote in these letters found on his phone that this was not a terrorist attack, but that he was mad that the country is being led by, you know, evil people. So one of the sheriffs said, sorry, I gotta unbutton my pants. It's that time of the day, you know what I mean? One of the sheriffs said, you'll see that he actually calls it a stunt in one of these documents that we're going to release to you, that he was trying to get the attention of the American people because he was upset about a number of different things. Well, when are y'all gonna release it? Hold on one second. Oh God, how am I gonna spell this last name? L-I-V-A. Oh, wow, it came right up. Okay. And he also was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. And I just want people to know that, man, I don't know how to put that into words. I guess PTSD and CPTSD can be described as it's a lack of trust and a complete fear in any and everyone in society. And you feel that inside. You're terrified of people, places, and things. Yeah, I don't know how to, there's side effects that comes with CPTSD and PTSD, and they're different for each person. But the best way I can describe it for me, the CPTSD that I go through, it's a fear of the world, a lack of wanting to trust and being able to trust people, letting them get close to me, letting them get near me, letting them have access to me. That's a no-go. And I think my biggest side effect is the isolation, which is very common with CPTSD and PTSD. And with isolation sometimes comes delusion. This is why it's important to be treated for these things, which I'm actively in therapy, so I'm being treated. But, you know, we see a lot of people, men specifically, go into isolation, and then they start, before you know it, they've committed a horrendous act of violence against usually civilians. It's very interesting to me how isolation like that drives you to a place of like delusion. You almost like, you believe the lies you tell yourself, you know. I don't know how to explain it. I just know that when I was isolating last year and going through extreme CPTSD symptoms, um, I would think bad things, and then I would start to believe those bad things that I thought, and there was no rationale to that. Quite the opposite. It wouldn't even fit in theory with my life. Do you know what? It wouldn't even fit in the picture. I would just think of something that was bad and start to believe that it was true. And if I'm trying to think about how that would make you isolate, I'm trying to put it into words. I don't know. Well, for instance, if you think that, if you have a thought in your head that like that everybody's bad, if you think, oh, all people are just bad, and then you start believing that, you start isolating yourself away from society and the people in it because of your beliefs, you know. And Lord forbid you've ever damn been in touch with ISIS and you've been damn rationalized, what do they call that, radicalized. It's a recipe for disaster, man. I just want to know if these guys weren't, I'd read in a report that they were based at the same base. Now they're saying, oh, it was a base of 50,000 people. Maybe they didn't know each other. I don't know. I don't think it's too much of a coincidence. Let's see what it said. So it says that he was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. He purposely blew up the Tesla truck at the entrance of the Trump International Hotel. And he says this in his letter that was on his phone. They were able to access one of two phones found in the Cybertruck and viewed the writing in an app that seemed to serve as a journal. Two letters on the phone app suggest a possible motive in the blast. In one letter, he tells, quote, fellow service members, veterans, and all Americans that it's time to wake up because the country's leadership is weak and only serves to enrich themselves. Ain't it crazy how ABC left that part out? The whole half of that statement out? A second letter appeared to shed more light on Matthew's thinking. Here we go. Oh. Quote, we are the United States of America, the best country to ever exist. But right now, we are terminally ill and headed towards a collapse. This was not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. What better way to get my point across than a stunt with fireworks and explosives? I need to cleanse my mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden of the lives I've took. This was the one that was the Green Beret, by the way, so that's pretty factual in my opinion, that he's probably taken lives. I wonder when they reported on the New Orleans attack. Did they report the night of New Year's? Does anybody remember? I'm just wondering if they reported the night of New Year's and if this asshole saw that it was this dude that he knew and decided to do it 4 hours later. It's just so weird how they knew each other, allegedly. They were at the same base at the same time. One of them clearly was repping for ISIS, okay? And then 4 hours after the New Orleans attack, the Cybertruck explosion takes place. And this guy, once again, I don't know if I told y'all this, but he actually shot himself before the explosion. They don't know why, but it was kind of like premature. Yeah. And there were no other people involved in this. They initially reported that they believed that there was more individuals involved than just the guy. Oh no, I'm thinking of the New Orleans attack. There were no other people involved in the New Orleans attack or the Cybertruck attack. So it looks like Matt expressed other grievances in these letters, including about conflicts elsewhere in the world and domestic and societal issues, sorry. He cautioned that investigators continue to go through evidence found on the cell phone. They also have been unable to access the second phone found in the Cybertruck. Evans said authorities have not established any firm connections between the Cybertruck explosion and the alleged terrorist attack that occurred in New Orleans hours earlier that killed 14 people on Bourbon Street. And I do believe that number has been updated. It's so sad, y'all. All of these people that were injured and killed in New Orleans and Las Vegas, I mean, they were just out trying to enjoy, to bring it in the new year. And in my opinion, when these assholes commit acts of violence, when people are out trying to enjoy themselves, it makes it that much worse in my mind. Somehow, like the Jason Aldean shooting, those people were out there trying to have a vacation and live their best life and see their favorite music star, and this asshole shoots and kills all of these people. It just makes it that much worse when it's the type of scenario, like Halloween, children are running across the road and little kids get hit by cars. It just makes it that much sadder when people are in a moment of happiness and they're taken out. I mean, it's never a happy day when people die, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, you're literally partying in the street, drinking drinks, dancing with your friends. You never expect for some car to come mowing down Bourbon Street, ready to kill you and explode. It's just horrifying. And you have your guard down when you're out in that setting too, which is another reason that I don't go out in that type of setting anymore, because I know how I get, okay? I'm a social butterfly. I will be on the bar by the end of the night with 15 bitches teaching them how to line dance. Like, I'm buying shots for the whole bar. Like, when I get out in that environment, I am the life of the party. So it's not really, that great to be a female out partying by yourself in that type of environment. Number one, it's unsafe. But also, number two, you have your guard down. So when shit breaks off, when shots fire off, or something goes down, your guard's down. You're not expecting it. And you're also intoxicated. And you're like, what's that? Like, you typically run from loud noises, but all of a sudden, you got to go inspect what that noise was outside of this dark ass bar in the middle of bumfuck, boy, you got a purty mouth, So, like, I don't think that these people were expecting this by any means. And in my opinion, that it just makes it that much more of a harsh, heartless crime to literally bulldoze people down in their moment of happiness. And it really shows how bitter these two men, like how bitches these men were. Like, you're literally that unhappy you're gonna go kill innocent people. Like, you are a bitch, sir. So I guess he was going to try to blow up Trump Towers, like I assumed, because it says fireworks and gas in the bed of that truck would later ignite after he parked it just outside of the Trump Hotel entrance. Everybody's like, he wasn't a violent person. And narcissists don't act like narcissists in front of regular society. They act like sweethearts. Everybody's like, oh my God, she's such a sweet girl. And she's an absolute 10 out of 10 crazy Karen behind closed doors. Narcissists they're not out here parading around like they're, they're not parading around like they're horrible people. They're actually chameleons, and they play the part very well. Like, of course he was a nice soldier, like, non-violent. Like, you really think somebody that's capable of shit like this lets that out of the box every day? I don't think they do. I think they get good at hiding it. They get good at hiding it. And that PTSD that he was suffering from is no excuse for this bullshit. None. So it looks like he posted a lot of political messages on social media that made some of us uncomfortable. Some guy said that was a soldier. This soldier asked their name to be withheld because they're not authorized to speak publicly about service members. So that was literally the only person that said anything bad about Matthew Levelsberger. Girl named Alicia, a former girlfriend of Matthews, the Cybertruck driver, who told NBC News that she dated him on and off for about 3 years. She said he was a proud soldier, but he also battled chronic pain. It doesn't say where. Which she said that he hid from his superiors. Yeah, because, like, if he's got a back injury or something and he complains, they're going to send him to medical. And whatever medical decides, he could be damn discharged from the military. They could, it could be bad. So I understand why he was probably hiding that pain, because he wanted to stay in his position. But I wish that it said what kind of pain it was. Was it back pain? Was it neck pain? Was it wrist pain? Was it butt pain? Like, what kind of pain was it? Chronic pain is pretty specific, but I just wish I knew where. She said when she knew him, and it doesn't give a date when they dated, unfortunately. That would have been, NBC, hire me. I would have asked when they dated. She said that he was not overtly political when she knew him, and that she had lost touch with him in recent years before suddenly receiving a text message from him in recent days. The messages included that he had rented a Cybertruck, but did not hint at what he was going to do. So she ain't heard from him in years. And then all of a sudden, when he rents the Cybertruck, he would have been making that drive from where he rented the truck to Las Vegas. He was texting her. I did read this in another report, and he was flirting with her through text too. He was flirting about the Cybertruck. He was bragging about the Cybertruck. That's kind of weird. He just pops out of nowhere. Was that maybe she'll miss me and maybe it'll give me a reason not to do this? That's so weird. You haven't talked to this girl in years, and then literally hours before you're about to complete this bombing and kill yourself, you're gonna text her and brag about a Cybertruck? It's just weird. People do things for a specific reason, and I'm wondering if he texted her maybe looking to rekindle something, or looking for some kind of attention. I don't know. It's just weird though. So he was an avid Trump supporter. Listen, I don't want to hear it though. It's 2-1 right now. Okay. Thomas Crooks, freaking whatever his other name was. What was the other guy that tried to damn? He was a lefty loony, the one that weighed on the golf course. So we're 2-1 right now. I don't want to hear it. Oh, and then the school shooter, the two school shooters that were allegedly part of the LGBTQ plus. So I don't want to hear it. Listen, not everybody that supports Democrats are bad or good, and not everybody that supports Republican are bad or good, So it looks like his first official duty He went into active duty in 2006. He served in the National Guard, the Army Reserve, and then re-entered the active duty Army in December 2012 and was a U.S. Army Special Operations soldier. So he was up there, honey. He had done been in damn 3-4 areas. He was a very traveled person, and he also had recently had a child. That's crazy. So it looks like he had ties to Thailand, Italy, San Juan, Puerto Rico, places in France. Y'all, they are literally talking about his Google reviews in this damn NBC article. They say that he left a bad, it says, as well as a warning of a scam at a club in the country of Georgia. Is that a Google review? How do you know he's warning others of a scam at a club in the country of Georgia? He also posted about attractions in Colorado where he lived. That's right. So he rented the cyber truck and he drove from Colorado all the way to Las Vegas. And, yeah. So it looks like his military career, Matthew deployed to the Republic of Congo in 2014, Ukraine in 2016, Tajikistan? Tahagassan? Is that with an is that with an H or a J? Do I pronounce it with an H or a J? Tahagassan? Lord have mercy. I probably said it right the first time. In 2016, and then Afghanistan, he deployed. This is interesting. Afghanistan, he deployed in 2017, 2018, and 2019. Public records show that Matthew, the Cybertruck driver, was married in 2012 and later divorced in 2018. Records also list a marriage application filed in 2022. Also in 2022, a woman he was apparently in a relationship with posted pictures online that showed her wearing a wedding ring. Oh, wow. In September, Matthew posted a photo showing him and his partner cradling a newborn, and then he posted a photo of himself holding the child while standing in front of a body of water. His right arm was covered in tattoos that law enforcement would later use to help identify the body part after the Cybertruck explosion. I don't know if those were his arms, but it looked like his arms, honey. It looked like both of his arms had been blown off his body. Like, they just popped out of the sockets like a damn Barbie toy, okay? I don't know. That's just what it looked like. And now that they're talking about tattoos, I think it even more because one of the arms had markings all over it. I can't believe that they even put that on TV. First of all, I saw it in a news report. It might not be arms, but it looks like fucking arms, bro. God, listen, I don't know if I could do that. I always thought that I could do mortuary science. That's what I wanted to do when I was a kid. I saw My Girl once, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be a mortician. And then I grew up and found out you got to go to school for, like, forever and take out, like, 5 mortgages. So, like, 5 second mortgages. So, freaking, I do think that I could embalm bodies. I think that I could deal with that. But when it comes to, I don't know, because I would have to do that. That would be part of my body, right? Collecting body parts. If they call the coroner, I'm the coroner, right? Or is that a mortician? Or is that different? The coroner works for the city, right? And then they take it to a mortician at the funeral home to prep the body, embalm it, get it ready for burial. I mean, I could do that. I can do the mortuary science thing. I can dress the body. I can put it back together. But what I don't want to do is be crawling up in cyber trucks, pulling out body parts. And Lord forbid, they be pulling these damn cars out the rivers, y'all. And them damn bodies been in there for forever. Like when that poor girl, what was her name? Kylie Kelsey. She went missing. Remember, she drove into a body of water. That's a weird case. We should look into that and see what's going on with that. And they found her body in the water. When that girl had been in there for like a few weeks or something, a time, I can only imagine the smell to start with, but also the scene itself, that's got to be hard. It's got to be hard. I don't know if I could do. I don't know if I could do body parts and damn pots and pans, damn Jeffrey Dahmer apartment search. I don't know if I could do that. But if it was some little old lady that died in her sleep from a heart attack, oh, I could absolutely go ahead and open her up, remove the organs, get them embalming fluid going, put her makeup on, get her dressed, clean. Well, you got to bathe them too. So, you know, I could do all that. And I think that I would quite enjoy it because I ain't got nobody bitching at me. Ain't nobody telling me I'm doing something wrong. They ain't going to complain. I can talk to them. I ain't got to worry about them judging me. Like, I ain't got a lot of people to work with. They make great money. Like, I should have been a mortician. I mean, it just sounds great. I could definitely do it. But I don't know if I could deal with children. Number one, that would, I think that my level of empathy, it would mess with my head. It would mess with my head. Having to, you know, complete autopsies on children and stuff. Whew, that would mess me up. When I go through traumatic stuff like that, it sometimes, like when I found that girl that was in a car accident and she was severely impaled by the back of a transfer truck, I couldn't drive for a week after that. Like, it messed me up. I carry stuff. I guess I just feel it. I don't know. Kind of hate that sometimes, but they say that's what I'm supposed to do, so I'm a crybaby a lot. Let's see. So it looks like the Matthew, the Cybertruck driver, he was married and he just had a newborn baby. And it seemed like he was really proud of this baby because he was posting it all over social media. You know what's weird to me is that he texted that ex-girlfriend after he rented that Cybertruck and was bragging about that Cybertruck. But he just left his wife and child to go commit a bombing and off himself. Y'all, it's weird. Was he texting her to, you know, was that a one last ditch effort to try to get some ass or something? Like, it don't make sense. It's weird. It's like, why would that be the one person you're thinking of when you're about to do these horrendous events? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking it up now. Is it pronounced the Richter scale? Richner scale? Richner? Lord, I need key cards. Where is Adam Sandler when you need him, honey? Hip Hop Anonymous? Damn it, you give him all the easy ones. So it looks like this. It's Richter, is a magnitude scale, and it measures the strength of an earthquake. It was developed in the 1930s by Charles Richter. Richter? Something like that. He had a collaboration with Benny Gutenberg. Lord have mercy. Sounds like a German last name or something. Gutenberg. Sorry. So I noticed a while ago when I was looking up how they judge the magnitude of these earthquakes, I noticed that there were several ways that they can do it. This looks like an interesting piece of equipment. Okay, so it's like is that a piece of metal that it like calibrates? It like looks like it jiggles back and forth. Quantitative, oh my Lord, it's a miracle I even knew that. Quantitative measure of an earthquake's magnitude, size, devised in 1935 by American seismologist, Lord, Charles F. Richter and Benno Gutenberg. The earthquake's magnitude is determined using the logarithm in the height of the largest seismic wave calibrated to a scale by a seismograph. Lord have mercy. Okay, listen. What if, don't they have like a Science for Dummies book? Like, Science for dummies. Like, I really should make a whole series of like the easily explained, the simplistically explained, in simple fucking words. That's what it'll say. It'll say in simple effing words. So, although modern scientific practice has replaced the original Richter scale, is it Richter? Seismologist. Thank you. Seismologist. Richter. Thank you. He's got an H in it. It's got an H. Richter is how it's spelled. Richter. Hold on one second. So it looks like they've replaced this with a more accurate scale. It's still often mentioned in news reports of earthquake severity as the catch-all name for the logarithmic scale upon which earthquakes are measured. I wish we did have earthquakes, let me tell you. I'd be out foraging every morning for them Twinkies. I love me some cake, honey. Wouldn't that be wonderful if cupcakes just grew out of flowers? Well, then we only get cake once a year because the flowers only bloom in the spring. But that might help the population, you know? It might help. I'm just saying. Maybe we could scale it on back. Scale the sweets back. So it looks like this Richter scale was originally devised to measure the magnitude of earthquakes of moderate size, that is magnitude 3 to 7, by assessing the number that would allow the size of one earthquake to be compared with another. The scale was developed for tremblers. Oh my God. Yes. Occurring in Southern California that were recorded using the wooden Anderson seismography. Is it seismographies? Am I saying that right? However, it looks like they still kind of use his original format, so to speak. You know what I mean? It seems like this was pretty innovative, and I mean, it's absolutely a necessity. Let's see here. The original. So it looks like those seismographs or whatever, they detect waves. I remember learning about that in school. Oh my God, I did learn something in school. I remember learning about that. It's coming back. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. It's a funky little like scale. I'm interested to know how it works. Like, I wonder if it calibrated, like if it moved back and forth, because it looks like it does. You see what I'm saying? I'm wondering if these little things up here kind of like tinkered back and forth or something. Seismologist. Y'all, some of these words be like, whoa, what am I reading right now? Is this even English? I speak English. I only read English. I don't think this is wrote in English, bruh. Seriously. Sometimes I be reading stuff and I'm like, is this not in English or am I just this dumb? Oh God, am I just this dumb or is this not in English? Oh God. Oh, I love it. Sorry, I'm crying. I'm glad I didn't wear mascara today. Oh, I would have done lost it. Oh, wow. It looks like they finally released some footage, y'all. Look. Oh, we're going to watch it. This is the New Orleans terrorist attack. Let's see if I can back it up. Oh, wow. All I can see is cops running, falling, jumping. God, you can barely see anything. It's so hectic. Let me back up and, like... I don't think we'll be able to hear it, but... Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. There's so much going on. Oh, my God. Thank God those people... Well, some of them were paying attention. So sorry. Oh, those are the homemade explosive devices he had. So he was absolutely planning to set those off. One second. Fire police. The video is so hectic you can barely damn see what's going on. It's just like jerking everywhere and like... So it looks like he did fire at cops before he was shot. Looking for new information. Let's see if I can see this video better. Because that other one was crazy. Could y'all see that? I couldn't see shit. It was right in front of my eyes. That's not gonna play.
What did you want to be when you were a
Oh.
kid? That's a good one.
We can
I
hear
wanted
it.
to be a dentist.
A scientist and an artist.
We can never hear
I wanted
it.
to be a doctor.
A cruise director.
I've always known that I wanted to be a nurse.
We can never hear this damn thing. Why does it want to work now? Here we go. God, you see them hitting the ground? So this is it slow down. Look at his hand, yeah. Look how they all dive on the ground. Well, welcome to the channel. Nice to meet you. That's crazy. So I don't see a weapon. I do see his hand come to protrude out. It sounds like gunfire, and then you can hear different gunfire being exchanged back. I mean, at this point, I don't care if he had a weapon or not, because the fact is he was out here mowing down innocent people on a night of celebration. And so if they wanted to shoot him, I have no problem with it. He's endangering the public. If they wanted to walk up on that vehicle already firing, I would have been okay with it. They do say that he had a gun, though. Watching all of those officers hit the ground is wild. So it does look like that there were 2 officers injured during the exchange of gunfire. Joseph Rodriguez and Jacoby Jordan. I cannot, but that's what it is. J-A-C-O-B-I-E. Jacoby, right? They've been released from the hospital, and it looks like they're going to make it. I want to see how many victims. This points out a good point. From the moment that officers realized that this lunatic was in the barriers, because what happened was Jabbar, the driver of the F-150 that had the ISIS flag, who committed the New Orleans attack, when he did this attack, he actually went around a barricade to get to Bourbon Street, to get to the street that he was going to mow people down. As soon as officers recognized that he was in that barrier, they made a beeline for this vehicle. So I'm grateful that they didn't just stand there with their thumbs up their asses like Uvalde, okay? At least they got in there and they immediately opened that door and tried to get him out of the vehicle, and he started shooting at them, so they shot back. But at least they were on him, because it could have been worse if they wouldn't have gotten on him. And clearly he was planning to set off other bombs. You know, he had done placed these cooler-like bombs and pipe bombs all over the city. It's crazy. So scary. I want to see the death toll. I'm seeing 14, but that's like 3-4 days ago. And 35 other injured. It's just crazy. Have a nice day. Oh my God, y'all. I just saw DeSantis and it made me think about this freaking video. There was a girl that was a trans person. It was a biological male who changed into, transition into a female. And this person didn't want to go by their biological name. They wanted to change their sex and name on their driver's license. But the DMV will not let you do that. The DMV in Florida makes you identify as what you were born as. You can't go into the DMV and say, oh, I'm a man now. I can't just walk in there and say, I identify as a man. They don't go for that shit in Florida. So then, somehow, this person figures out some kind of legal loophole where passport office apparently will let you identify as whatever you want to identify as. And because of that, somehow they use their passport to change their sex on their driver's license. And I might have some things asked backwards. But essentially what they were doing was not only breaking the law, they were bragging about breaking the law on TikTok. Ron DeSantis caught hold of this video because this trans person was saying, oh, Ron DeSantis, I love you, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then Ron DeSantis revoked that license, baby. Sure did. Sure did. Sure did. Revoke the license. I mean, I guess legally they can do that because that's lying on a... Ain't that like lying on a government document? Ain't that like a pretty big deal? Like, ain't that like going into the food stamp office and you make $100,000 a year and you telling them you don't make nothing? Ain't that like lying? It's a pretty big deal, I think. I could be wrong. But he did. He revoked her license. And they also switched her birth back to... his birth back to him. It's crazy, ain't it? But to go on TikTok bragging about it is even crazier. Oh my freaking God. How did I forget everything? Y'all, there is a girl that is on TikTok that is a escort that runs a channel talking about seeing customers and stuff. She's from Australia. Speaking of which, she was from Australia, and she was on TikTok talking about how she had to go see clients and how she went to go see this one customer, and it was short notice, and she wasn't going to meet with him because she never met him before. And then she gets there and he wants to have unprotected sex, and she's saying that she doesn't want to have unprotected sex. And then he wrote her a bad review because she refused to have unprotected sex. And I'm just like, a review? Bitch, y'all got review boards for this? Like, what is this? The Uber of vaginas? Like, y'all got whole review for escort? Yes, they absolutely do. And I can't make this shit up. Hold on, I'm looking to see if there's new laws in Australia for prostitution, because yes. This is why, because it's not illegal. Stop playing. All right, so this is why she's able to do that, because apparently they changed the law in Australia. Lord, let's look at this. All right. In Australia, the most recent significant change to prostitution laws is the decriminalisation of sex work in Victoria, which was implemented through the Sex Work Decriminalisation Act of 2021, making it legal to operate as any other business in the state. This follows similar decriminalisation in New South Wales and in Northern Territory, where sex work is now largely considered legal and regulated under specific legislation across each jurisdiction. Queensland, do what now? Y'all, the world has lost their fucking minds. In February of 22, Victoria became the third jurisdiction in Australia, New South Wales and NT being the other two, to decriminalise all aspects of the sex industry. So I guess that's how she's able to go on TikTok and talk about. I just want to be clear that these girls are not. They're not mandated to do any testing. Just to be clear. Wow. So we saw what happened with OnlyFans, right? We got young girls can't wait till their 18th birthday to become OnlyFans models. Lord have mercy. God help us. For real, God help us. We're so fucking doomed. Did Melania Trump not stay in the White House last time or something? I feel like... Didn't she stay elsewhere? Yeah, she didn't move into the White House when her husband was inaugurated in 2017, but she's already packed this time and plans to stay in the White House full time this time. She says that she wants to be in the White House, be a support to the administration, be a support to Trump. And, you know, I have a lot of respect for Melania because she's kind of forged her own path. She didn't care what society said she should do when raising her kid. And when it came to Trump's presidential election and when he was in the White House, she kept Barron isolated. And I think that was good for him at the time. And she did that intentionally, to add some normalcy to that child's life. Like, she gets heat for everything. And I mean, she's shown to be nothing but a very loving, committed mother to Trump and Barron. And regardless of their age gap, this is a woman who is in her 50s. If she wants to be with a man in his 70s, I see no problem with that. Like, they're consenting adults. It's different than, you know, teenagers being with 50-year-old men. That's completely different. And, you know, they seem happy. They seem very happy together. And But I thought I remembered that she didn't move into the White House, and they gave her a bunch of shit for that back in the day. And apparently that was the case. And now she's saying that she's already packed her stuff and she's ready to move in. I found my hair oil and my Xanax. My Excedrin, not my Xanax. I don't have Xanax. Excedrin. Oh, can you tell I'm stressed out? Oh, that's funny. My Xanax. Where's my Xanax? Granny needs her Xanax. That's so funny. I don't even like Xanax. Never did. Finally. I probably should put it up too so it can like soak in. So rough. This weather does not help. Hey, Laura. Hello. Oh, God. Oh. I always give reasons for block. If you've missed that, I'm sorry. I've already repeated myself 50 times. I block people all the time. Part of the reason is there's billions of people in the world and ain't nobody got time for negativity. I know I don't. I have real struggles in life. I don't need nobody in my face talking shit. Wow, Jamaica. They have had 34 murders in 11 days in Jamaica. It says a bloody start to 2025 as Jamaica records 34 murders in 11 days. I didn't know it was that dangerous. This is 8 more murders than was recorded for the similar period of last year. After the first 11 days in 2024, the country recorded 26 murders. Last year ended with 1,100 murders. Just for the first 4 days this year, January 1st through the 4th, the country recorded 5 murders. However, in the first full week, January 5th through the 11th, 29 murders were recorded in Jamaica. Note to self, when looking into future plans for traveling, maybe don't go to Jamaica right now. The places with the most homicides are St. Catherine South, St. Andrew South, Kingston West, and St. Andrew Central, and St. Mary 3. God, they had a triple murder on January 8th. Gun violence is out of control, y'all. It's a bad problem. But I don't believe that restricting gun ownership is the way to fix the problem. Hey, Lisa. How are you doing? It's going. It's been the start of a week, for sure. It's been the start of a week. Yeah, the police are dangerous. Who are you telling? Who are you telling? See, and that's another thing. I look back on my interactions with cops last year where I would go just balls to the wall screaming and cussing at them. And I now recognize it's because of trauma. It's because they beat the hell out of me, locked me up for things I didn't do. And so every interaction when dealing with them, you think you're getting that past cop. You think that you're going to be in the same situation. It's a high stress, high anxiety situation where you feel like your life is in danger. Absolutely. Every time I have to deal with them, I'm like, is this where I'm going to die? Are they going to finally shoot me this time? Ain't that sad? Wouldn't be the first time, you know, they've had guns drawn on me. Lord. When I got out of prison many years ago, they would come at me. Anytime they pulled me over, they would come at me with guns drawn. That shit sucked. Ripped me out of a fucking car for nothing. Bro, I was going 8 over. Like, is all of this necessary? And it's because my tags, when they run my tags, it shows up that I had all of those fucking assault charges. Assault with a deadly weapon charges. So I'm considered a violent offender. So they have to proceed with caution because God knows little old me might fuck them up. I probably could, most of them, but... Y'all see some of these cops out here nowadays. I know some of y'all take some of these cops, so I know I could. Oh, God. That one that pulled up on me at the Planet Fitness that day, that boy has been sitting in that patrol car for 30 years. 30 years he's been sitting in that patrol car. And you can tell it, honey. You can tell it. I bet he ain't never damn had to chase a suspect his whole career. And if he had to, he's incapable, so it don't matter. They gonna get away. I bet he don't even try. I bet you could just run, and he's like, fuck that. Gets back in the damn driver's seat to set some more. Well, listen, all I'm saying is we used to have guidelines, physical guidelines for officers in our military, and they've been slipping. They've been slipping, honey. And it's one of those things, it's like, how are you going to fight a fire without water? How are you going to chase a suspect when you can't even physically run? It's just, it's unfortunate that they're desperate for officers because officers have been treated so poorly over the years, and they've treated people poorly over the years, which has led to all of this distrust. So it's I see both sides. I see both sides, and I'm simply saying that they need to be able to physically perform the duties of their job. That'd be like me damn being a teacher and not knowing how to read. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm trying to think of more analogies. I think that one's pretty good. Being a firefighter with no water. Let me find out that this teacher called in a bomb threat to get a day out of school. She said, I ain't dealing with these kids today. Teacher arrested after a threat that shut down a New Jersey school district. It shut down the entire district. It shut down the entire district. That's funny. I mean, not really, but it's one of the... Y'all ever seen the dude? Are you for real right now? This article has 2 sentences. Oh, here we go. Y'all know the dude that used to be... I think he's a teacher. He's real funny. He does comic sketches, side-by-sides. And he gives commentary on teachers that have been arrested in the public school districts. And it is hilarious. It is one of the funniest things. It is one of the funniest things. Because it'd be like teachers that have done fault students. And he's giving commentary. It's so funny. I wish I knew what his name was. So it looks like this teacher did something. Amiri Doctory, 45, a staff member, currently on administrative leave from the Montclair School District. He was arrested? That's bad. So it looks like a New Jersey teacher has been arrested after a potential threat to staff and students shut down an entire school district on Monday. Amir, who is 45, he's currently on administrative leave. Y'all just said that up top. Why do y'all pre-print the same shirt? He was charged with making terroristic threats and has additional charges pending. I'm laughing because it's crazy. So it looks like police authority learned of the alleged threat on Sunday and immediately launched an investigation. Police did not detail the threat, though they said it was made via online social media and was, quote, directed at a specific staff member. Amir got beef. Amir is not happy. Amir allegedly threatened to shoot and kill the principal where he was a staff member. The elementary school. He threatened to shoot and kill the principal. Whoo, honey. Listen, you know what else I wouldn't want to do ever? Deal with the administration of a damn school. Are you kidding me? I would literally pull my hair out every day. What am I looking for? It was pretty important. Vape pod. Listen. It ain't the children. It's the adults. The children would be, the children would be wonderful. They have their moments, but, kids are innocent. And it wouldn't be the children that would be problematic for me to work in a social setting like that. It would absolutely be the administrators and other teachers. And I'm not saying our educators are bad. I'm just saying that women are petty, honey. Women are petty. Especially in that setting. Oh, God. It's just like nurses, man. Teachers and nurses. I mean, just the pettiness, the passive aggressiveness, the immaturity, I definitely do not want to work in a female-oriented industry. At least I know where I belong, right? Some people don't know where. Well, should I work with people? Should I not work with people? I don't need to work with people. I need to work by my damn self. Where I can be fully focused on the task at hand without anybody else fucking it up. Okay? If you want something done right, you got to do it your damn self, okay? Well, that teacher might not ever have a job, okay? Making terroristic threats, honey, is not going to look good on your criminal record. Nor will any school be understanding to the fact, and this will definitely follow. What do they call that? It's like an academic report. It's like what is that? Like a career report? Like it follows you from one job to another. These types of incidents in the school system, they absolutely should. I would think that they would. They do in like corporate offices. Like if some dude sexually harasses a woman and then he's terminated over that, that goes on like that's like known, ain't it? Don't that go like in a file somewhere for people to know that I just found this on the, oh, I'm so sorry, Laura. I hope you feel better. Permanent record. Yeah, something like that. Work record. It's called something. Anyways, he won't be working in the school system. Hopefully. What is a firebug? Oh my God. Don't tell me that arsonists have been set in these fires. See, this is what pisses me off. Homeless people out here making us all look bad. So, there's a small city in Los Angeles called Azusa? Oh my God, y'all. Azusa. Azuz. Anyways, they arrested a suspect, an arsonist. It looks like last night at 11:30 p.m. So it looks like neighbors saw this homeless guy in a field who was trying to set a fire. It was intentional. Some of the neighbors confronted him, stopped him from setting an additional fire in the park. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They literally, he started a fire, and then they arrested him right next to the damn bushfire. Look at him getting arrested. He was a 39-year-old homeless man, Jose Escobar. He admitted to lighting the fire. He's a transit. Does that mean an illegal immigrant? What does that mean? I'm joking. He's not from there. Well, where's he from? So it looks like he was jailed on arson charges. Mm. Y'all, when they write this stuff, they just write the same thing over and over and over. Don't tell me nothing. Oh, I'm about to take my ass to the woods. Salt water used to combat flames. Can you do that? I don't see why not, right? Ooh, what a creep. Shut the front door. See, this is why I don't go in these types of spaces. I told y'all just a week ago, I said I never want to go on a cruise ship. I don't think I can do it. They're nasty. I got problems with people and it's tiny spaces and I get seasick. I mean, I got a list of reasons, okay? I got a list. Mainly because I suffer from agoraphobia and I just don't want to go. I don't want to be around people. But it looks like, what cruise line is this? Former Royal Caribbean worker was sentenced to 30 years in prison in Florida. This guy's name, he was a Philippine citizen, Arvon Joseph, Mirasol. It looks like he worked for Caribbean cruise ships, and he had put, so let's see here, 19 passengers, including 4 minors, who cruised on board the Caribbean's Symphony of the Sea, are suing the cruise line and a former company employee who placed hidden cameras in their guest rooms. Talk about a complete violation. Like, that is just so violating. And I told you guys that I had somebody secretly record me one time during a sexcapade or whatever, and you feel violated. You feel absolutely violated. So Arvin, we're going to call him Joseph. Joseph, a citizen of the Philippines, a former Royal Caribbean crew member, named in the lawsuit filed on Tuesday, was sentenced in August in Florida to 30 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to producing child pornography. What a creep. Sorry, I'm getting cold. The sun's going down. It's almost my bedtime. So it looks like he pled guilty to producing child porn. And it sounds like there was cameras placed in the cabins of this ship. And I don't know if it was just this guy we're about to see, but there was other people named in the lawsuit. So maybe the ship knew about it and did nothing about it. I don't know. But it sounds like there was cameras in the cabins and these people were being recorded in some of their most intimate, personal, private moments. And I'm just here to tell you that it's a violation, and it makes you feel so You feel violated. You feel like somebody came into your personal space. Like, people have seen you, you know, you're exposed, and it's just crazy. The passengers, who were not named in the lawsuit and rather referred to by abbreviations, are mostly American citizens from all across the country, including New York, Georgia, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, while several passengers are from Canada. The latest suit, obtained by Fox News Digital, comes months after a separate class action lawsuit was filed against Joseph and the Miami-based cruise line in October, alleging that as many as dyslexia. As many as 960 people may have been victims of a hidden camera in the bathroom on board. Hidden cameras. Wow. This is an extraordinarily unusual case in that the pool of victims can be nearly 1,000 or more men, women, and children. So the lawsuit alleges that during his time working as a stateroom attendant on the cruise line from December of 23 through February of 2024, Joseph, who was sentenced to 30 years in prison, taped a video camera containing a memory card in the plaintiff's passenger cabin bathrooms and captured images of the plaintiffs while undressing and engaging in private activities without their knowledge or consent, adding that he then uploaded these images to a third parties and or the World Wide Web, including but not limited to the dark web. So he's over here trying to make money off of privately recorded videos. This is absolutely sick. Sick. Imagine for a moment. Imagine you're a 16, 17-year-old girl. You're on this cruise ship. This pervert has recorded you. He has put this online. You graduate high school. You go through medical school. You go to get a damn job as a doctor, only to find out that there are pictures of you all over porn sites, and now your new current employer thinks that you put this shit out there. I'm just saying that's a worst case scenario, but it's a way that it could absolutely affect these people's lives going further. It's sickening. And once again, people that go through stuff like this, that know it, you know, they're aware that they were filmed. A lot of these people have serious, it causes them to have severe depression, anxiety, PTSD. It makes them scared, you know, of people, places, and things. You know, this is traumatic for people, and I'm glad he was sentenced to 30 years. But it looks like he was loading these clips that he was recording of these people in private moments up to the World Wide Web. For those that had their images recorded, uploaded to the internet, and potentially sold onto the dark web, that's what I thought, it has created deep emotional pain, sleepless nights, and tearful days. Ooh, honey, is there a prevalence of sexual assault on cruise ships? Let me find out. Lawyers for the alleged victims also argued in the suit that the Royal Caribbean should have known sexual assaults were reasonably foreseeable considering the prevalence of sexual assaults on board the Royal Caribbean's cruise ships. There were a total of 26 sexual assaults and rapes reported during the Royal Caribbean cruise in 2023 and 22 sexual assaults reported during the cruises in 2022. But what about 2024? So it went up from 22 to 23. Those numbers were rising. Overall data shows sexual assault allegations on cruise ship rose in 2023, with 131 sex crimes reported to the FBI on ships embarking and disembarking in the United States in 2023, up from 87 in 2022. He looks sneaky as shit. This is the creep that was recording people on the Caribbean cruise ship. He was sentenced to 30 years. He looks a little sketchy. He looks like he's a little sneaky. You know, he's got them sneaky eyes to him. Shifty. There you go. In addition to the crimes committed on the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas, a hidden camera was also installed in a public bathroom on the top deck of another Royal Caribbean cruise ship, Harmony of the Seas. during a cruise which left Miami in 23, according to the lawsuit. The camera allegedly recorded more than 150 people, including at least 40 children, using the Royal Caribbean bathroom in various stages of undressing until the hidden camera was discovered by passengers in May of 23. The camera was placed in there approximately in April of 23, and then it was found in May of 23. Let's see here. So the lawsuit is alleging that the Royal Caribbean failed to take adequate steps and or provide adequate security and or training and or supervision to prevent such sexual assaults, including video voyeurism, to occur aboard its cruise ships. They failed to warn its passengers of sexual assaults, including video voyeurism, occurring aboard its cruise ships. So they're saying that it's the cruise ship's fault. Listen, they can't, they can do background searches, they can do job history, they can do references, they can, try their best to vet these people. There's always going to be one or two freaks out here, trying to do some creepy shit. It's just the way of the world, and I don't know. I do want to look into them further and see about these sexual assault allegations, because if this is actually a huge thing, then they absolutely should have to take some responsibility. And also about him, like, did they vet him properly or not? Because if they did or they didn't, that really matters, and whether or not they should have to pay. So it looks like the arguers are arguing that the motive behind this was financial in nature, stating that Royal Caribbean willfully chooses not to warn its passengers about sexual assaults, including video voyeurism, aboard its cruise ship, and they do this to not scare any prospective passengers away. And let's just live with blinders on and hope, cross our fingers and hope that nothing bad happens instead of warning the public. I'm so sick of that behavior. We are adults. We are big people. We wear big girl britches and big boy britches, and we got this. Just be honest. Give it to us straight. So the lawyer is alleging that his clients suffer from severe emotional distress, which manifests physically, causing them physical sickness, sweating, nausea, insomnia, dizziness, crying, and physical pain. I believe it. I live in constant fear, reasonably under the circumstances, that images of the plaintiffs undressed while engaging in private activities are regularly viewed by others and used for illicit purposes. Sorry, it's difficult. I'm interested to see if they actually have to pay out. We'll circle back around in a damn year or 5 when they get it handled. It's really sickening that these companies will absolutely put our lives in danger, our safety at risk, our health at risk, our finances at risk, all just so they make some money. And that is part of the reason that I don't go on events like this, because you can't trust these damn people. All they care about is damn money. You fall overboard, it might be 2 days before they even notice your ass is gone. Business Insider. This is a Business Insider report. Nearly 70% of all reported sexual assaults on the U.S. cruises since 2010 happen on ships run by Royal Caribbean or Carnival. 70%. At what point does somebody step in and shut this shit down? Because clearly they don't know how to coordinate business and keep passengers safe. 70% between those 2 cruise ships. Carnival and Royal Caribbean had the most reported sexual assaults since 2010, the DOT data shows. Princess Cruise was recently sued by a passenger who alleges she was raped by a crew member. I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Most of the sexual assaults reported aboard cruise ships since 2010 occurred on vessels owned and operated by Royal Caribbean and the Carnival Cruise Line, according to an insider analyst of data provided by the Department of Transportation. Of the approximately 500 incidents of sexual assault documented aboard 13 major cruise lines from January 2010 and September of 2022, about 70% happened on either the Royal Caribbean or Carnival ships. Royal Caribbean and Carnival both operate 24 ships. Carnival has recorded nearly double the number of reported sexual assaults aboard its ships since 2010. This looks like it's from their chief of communications officer for Carnival. He said, quote, Carnival carries far more guests each year because we sell shorter itineraries, so more people are boarding our ships each week. What is your point? That doesn't explain why your staff are not protecting customers. That doesn't explain why your staff are R-wording customers. Oh, Lord have mercy. Talk about being out of touch. He's over here bragging about how much new business they got. Royal Caribbean did not immediately return insiders' request for comment. Yeah, I bet they didn't. Congress passed a sweeping cruise safety law in 2010 that requires cruise companies operating in and out of U.S. ports to report crimes to the FBI. That data is published by the DOT. Thank God for that, because if we didn't have it, if it wasn't reported through the FBI, we wouldn't have these numbers because it would be in different jurisdictions and they don't work together. So we would have no clue about these numbers because it would be in different departments in different parts of the world. I mean, these are boats. These are going into large ports, you know. Hello, Deborah. I hope you're doing well. Kit Kat. Y'all, it snowed. I got missing for a week and it snowed even more. And it might snow again. Can't do nothing about it. So sexual assault is consistently the most reported crime aboard major cruise lines. Now, that's going to be for a number of reasons. Number one, you got people who are drinking and drugging and doing all. And if you think for a moment there ain't drugs on that boat, honey, you are sorely mistaken. You got people drinking and drugging and partying and gambling, and it just, you know, as I say, nothing good happens after dark, and nothing good happens in company that is intoxicated, okay? So, you know, that's one reason I do believe. And then also, unfortunately, it's a circumstance thing. You know, you have lots of girls who are intoxicated, men who are intoxicated. Let's be clear, rape can happen to both sexes. But, you know, it's more of a crime of opportunity, you know, that we see a lot on these boats. And you would think that these things would be taken a lot more seriously given the fact that there's cameras all over these ships, but, you know, women are treated like shit a lot. The DOT also tracks whether the reported incidents of assault were committed by passengers or crew members. On Royal Caribbean and the Carnival cruises, an overwhelmingly majority, or 82% of the reported sexual assaults were found to have been committed by passengers. So that's good. Less than 17% were identified as having been committed by a crew member. That still ain't much better, bruh. That's like 1 out of 5. That's 1 out of 5 rapes. It's a damn crew member. Like, I don't know if we should be bragging about that. Maybe if it was like less than 0.07%, okay? But like 17% is still a significant number of crew members who work for these cruise ships, whose job it is to keep the passengers safe, fed, and housed, and on the damn ship. You know, once again, it's bare minimum. You talk to them about, and if I'm not mistaken, I thought that they had like videos that, has anybody ever been on a cruise and they give you like a seminar before they let you explore? Is that the case? Did they sit you down and show y'all a video and tell y'all how to be safe? And did they do that? Because I thought that they gave like a pep talk on these cruises about sexual assault and the risk. And it sounds like that's what they're supposed to do, but they haven't been doing that. So if anybody's ever been on a cruise, please let me know if they showed you any kind of informational videos to tell you how to be safe, or maybe they gave you a pep talk to show you how to use some kind of emergency equipment like they do on airplanes. They're like, this is how your belt works. This is how the mask works. Do they do that on a boat for like flotation devices and shit? Like evacuation procedures if Lord forbid, if we were to hit an iceberg out here in the middle of the damn Pacific Ocean. Sorry, if you get it, you get it. But, you know, don't they have some kind of policy and procedure when you guys get on these ships? I would think that they have some kind of training, like a small 20-minute video you got to watch or some shit to let everybody know what the plan is if shit goes south. But I don't know. They should if they don't. And it sounds like they absolutely are supposed to. They are supposed to talk to the people who are going to be staying on the boat. They are supposed to, it said in that last report that they are absolutely supposed to give some kind of pep talk about sexual assault and the risk of sexual assault on these boats. And Carnival Caribbean Cruise was failing to do that. When you first get on, they show you where the where the exits are and make you wear the life jacket. Well, at least they do that, I guess. I'm going to tell you right now, though, if I ever got on one of them cruise ships, I'd probably be so drunk I couldn't find the damn exit. If we going, honey, we going balls to the wall. I'm going to be drinking the whole time. Like, if we going, you know? If I got to get on it and I'm going to be sick, I'm going to be drunk and sick, honey. Oh, Lord. I can see me now not being able to find the exit or a damn life vest. So it says that there's a good chance that the data provided by the DOT when it comes to Carnival and Caribbean cruise lines and the sexual assault statistics that were given to us by the DOT, they're saying that we actually have to, there's a good chance the data provided by the DOT is not actually reflective of the total number of sexual assaults incidents that occurred since 2010. It looks like the DOT data only includes reported incidents. So there's likely, listen, what do we know? We know that most of these incidents, rapes, sexual assaults go unreported. The majority of them. The data that we have is only from reported incidents. So there are likely incidents that have gone unreported and unaccounted for and that were never reported. It's probably in the thousands, you guys. It's probably in the thousands because only one out of how many sexual assaults are reported? Only 300 out of 10. 310 out of every 1,000. So what is the percentage? Can you give me a damn number? 12% child abuse. Only 12% of child abuse is reported to the authorities. What about 63% of sexual assaults are not reported to the police? So, you know, what is that? 3 out of 4 almost do not tell that they were even assaulted. So when you think about that and the numbers that we have and the fact that those numbers are based off of reported incidents, it could be into the thousands of people. Breaks my heart. And all these damn cruise ships care about is money, honey. And hoping that nobody falls off a damn boat so they ain't got a damn scene on their hands. So it looks like the lawyer that filed this lawsuit on behalf of these victims that were assaulted and recorded and, well, recorded, I mean, that is an assault. It looks like he also filed a lawsuit against the Princess Cruises on behalf of a California woman who said that she contracted HIV after a crew member raped her while on vacation aboard one of its ships in January of 2022. DOT data revealed that the majority of reported sexual assaults on the Princess Cruises were attributed to crew members. Whoo, you ain't safe nowhere, baby. If you thought you was going to Carnival or Caribbean, you can't go there. And you sure as hell can't go to Princess Cruises because the majority, the data, the DOT data revealed that the majority of the sexual assaults on those ships were crew members committing these crimes. So number one, I already knew the boats were raggedy and dangerous. Number two, I didn't want to be in the nasty ass boat anyways. And now number three, I'm terrified of being assaulted. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever get on one of those beautiful ships that I'm obsessed with. Not unless it's like a safe private endeavor. If it's like a private fucking yacht tour, maybe, you know, but like we talking thousands of people with children running around and I'm good, boo. I'm good. Might take me some of them deep sea fishing damn tour out there with my Dramamine one day. I would love to do that. I might do that actually one day. You can take those fishing charters for super cheap. Like they take you out in the international waters, give you everything you need to fish, show you how to fish, help you fish, pull the fish in, you know, take pictures with the fish. Like it's pretty cool. Let's see. So it looks like the women that were sexually assaulted on the Princess Cruise Line ship, when they reported these assaults, when the few women that wanted to report these assaults, because most don't, when they reported them, they were downplayed and these women were gaslit by the Princess Cruise Line. So it looks like when these women went to the cruise to ask for help, to tell them that one of their crew members had assaulted them, the whole ship had the crew members' backs and tried to make it seem like these girls were making a big deal out of nothing. That's scary. Imagine being in the middle of the ocean with no way to leave. You've already been assaulted, and then you go to security for help, and you realize that security is on the crew member's side, and they're not taking any of your accounts seriously, and they're brushing it under the rug, and here you are stuck out in the middle of an ocean with all of these people that are aiding and abetting a criminal now. It's got to be hard. I would be losing my mind. With my PTSD, oh, I would have done jumped overboard. I would have done jumped overboard. Y'all know it. I got to go. I'll take my chances with Mother Earth. I don't trust you fuckers. Y'all are evil. I'm not going. I'm going overboard. Since y'all don't want to believe me, I'm going overboard because none of y'all are trustworthy. And y'all all in on it now. And now my CPTSD has done been triggered. And I feel like I'm in a fight for my life. So I'm just going to go overboard and take my chances with the damn ocean instead of staying on this damn shoddy shit. Shoddy ship. Okay? It's so funny. Because it's so true. It's so true. I will take my chances overboard. A 2013 congressional report found that up to a third of reported sexual assaults on board cruise ships involved minors. Shit. So this same lawyer that is filing all these lawsuits against these cruise ships, kudos to him. His name's Winkleman. I swear to God, it's Winkleman. Winkleman. He has a law firm, and he handles a significant number of cases that involve minors who are R-worded or S-A'd that don't report it on the ship, but later come forward telling of their experiences. This is what he does full time. He handles these types of cases full time, representing cruise ship victims. Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. Listen. Winkleman says, that's the attorney. He says that he believes Carnival might have more reported assaults because it's marked itself as a fun ship that invites excessive partying, which can lead to impaired judgment. Royal Caribbean tries to market itself as a little more vacation and family oriented. Yo, I did not know that this was a huge problem like this. I mean, I know that I've heard of people being assaulted on these ships, But I didn't recognize that these cruise ships kind of work like a damn organized crime when when a victim comes forward and the cruise ships try to cover it up and brush it under the damn rug. Like, wow, it looks like January there was a report that came out. Cruise ships are a floating hotbed for sexual assault. The number of reported cases increased. The whole world's falling apart, y'all. People have just lost their damn minds, ain't they? Sexual assault is the highest reported cruise ship crime, and the numbers are worsening. Since 2015, sexual assault has been the most reported crime on cruise ships, with more than 450 cases reported between 2015 and 22. All these numbers be different. According to the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, these numbers are likely less than the true number of sexual assaults because close to 2/3 of cases go unreported. All right, note to self. Stay off the damn boats unless you have bodyguards. God. Sorry, I was looking into cruise ship deaths. There's tons. Tons. Matter of fact, just back in March, there was a man arrested for killing a woman on a cruise ship bound for the popular destination of Margaritaville. Bahamas police made an arrest after the 27-year-old Florida woman was found dead on the ship. This ain't no boat. This is a ship. Sorry. Bye, Kit Kat. Hey, Eleanor. Critter bones. Oh my God. I don't think I'll ever have to worry about being raped, sexually assaulted on a ship. I can't even get sexually assaulted on land. Funny. Lord. Listen, every time I read unresponsive in their cell, unresponsive in their cabin, unresponsive in their car, I know immediately some foul play is involved, okay? That is a key word for we fucking lying. That's all I'm just telling you. That is the cops lying to your face when you see that. I just want you to know. Found unresponsive. So it looks like members of the Royal Bahama Police Force Criminal Investigations Department, Jesus Christ, the RBPFCID were notified around 5:30 p.m. on Monday that the woman had been found unresponsive in her cabin on a cruise ship. A team of medical personnel from the ship assisted and performed CPR, but no vital signs of life were detected, and she was declared deceased. Ooh, they found cocaine. They confiscated what was suspected to be from her stateroom. And during that initial investigation, they arrested a 32-year-old man, also from Florida. Police did not specify the cruise line that the woman was sailing with and did not immediately respond, blah, 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 blah. Hold on one second. They don't tell me enough information. This happened back in March. She was 27. They don't have her name. So they found drugs. They found her dead. They arrest this guy. I don't know. Hold on one second. Y'all, the leading cause of death on cruise ships, I figured it was going overboard. It says falling overboard and onto a lower deck. Cardiac incidents and suicides are the leading causes of passenger deaths on cruise ships. Can't even find this damn girl's name or anything about how she passed away. And then you go and look and you can't even find her name or anything like that. That's crazy. It's like it got swept under the rug. We never even got the autopsy report. So here's a few deaths that have taken place in the past year on cruise ships. A passenger died in December after attempting to jump overboard from a Princess cruise ship, and that person actually was trying to off themselves. A passenger died in December of 24 after being detained on board for allegedly attacking crew members. The FBI investigated the death. That's the Royal Caribbean cruise as well. Hold on. How did he die if he was attacking crew members and they restrained him? He was... We're going to circle back to that. A passenger went overboard in October of 24 while the ship was sailing to Southampton. That was the MSC Virtuosa. The Spirit of Discovery. A passenger died when the ship was hit by force 11 winds and a sea state of 8. What the fuck does that mean? What? Here we go again. I'm not reading it in English. They done damn switch the damn language on me here. Oh, it's extreme weather? I mean, I know what the winds are, but what's a sea state of 8? That sounds scary. Damn, in September of 24, a 12-year-old boy fell to his death from a 13-floor balcony. God, imagine being the parents. Oh my God. And then there was a 66-year-old American male passenger that died during a medical emergency back in January. None of these are bad, but hold on. I got to know about this FBI death because... FBI investigating after unruly passenger dies among the ship docked in Los Angeles. God, nothing good happens out there, does it? It was a damn Royal Caribbean cruise ship. And he died shortly after it left the port in St. Pedro? Oh my God, what the fuck happened? They bear tied this man and pepper sprayed him. The man, who the outlet identified as 35-year-old Michael Virgil, was later detained by crew members using zip ties and bear spray. Y'all, these ships sound like fucking a nightmare, bruh. You go to party. Oh my God. The outlet reports that security injected him with some sort of sedative. Oh my God, what the freak? That is so scary. Virgil died a short time after his detainment. Royal Caribbean confirmed the death. They said, "We are saddened by the passing of one of our guests. We offer support to the family and are working with the authorities on their investigation." These people are so out of touch. Every time we read a damn statement from them, they ain't right in the head. The company is refusing to disclose the cause of death. He was aboard the cruise ship with his son and fiance. Whew, honey child, wait for the lawsuits to come out for that one. And rightfully so. Listen, I don't know what the laws are in international waters, honey, but I'm pretty sure they don't have the legal right to sedate any damn body. They probably have the legal right to hog tie your ass if you being non-compliant. I don't know. Let's Google and find out. Let's see what the laws are. And then I gotta go to bed. That coffee made me feel better. Do they have law on cruise ships? No. So it looks like they don't have police on board. They don't have any police officers, but they do have security teams that are made up of former law enforcement officers. I don't know how I feel about that, because why are they no longer law enforcement officers? You know? What you done? So it looks like what happens when a crime is committed on a cruise ship. Now, this is a generative AI experimental bullshit answer. So, grain of salt. The local police take charge and contact federal and international authorities. The victim's home country may investigate crimes involving foreign citizens. The country where the ship is registered may also investigate. The captain may decide to put the perpetrator in the ship's brig. We're getting somewhere. Do all cruise ships have a brig? Most of them. It's a small, secure room for detaining passengers or crew who break the rules or law. Interesting. They got a white padded room, sedatives, straitjackets, zip ties. Is this a mental hospital or a cruise ship? Because I'm just saying, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So it looks like they do have security. Since these are not police officers, they would not have the legal ability to, they wouldn't have the level of authority that actual police officers have. And actually, technically speaking, they're more on a citizen level than a police level, if that makes any sense at all. They're Paul Blarts, honey. They're mall cops. So it looks like they can use that brig room, the white padded room. It looks like they can use that to detain people until they are able to make it back to port, and then they'll call the authorities and tell the authorities any incident that went down. So, I mean, I guess it's a good thing that they have, like, I don't know, man. It's one of those things where see, right here, there's a report that says the ship's security guards are not qualified nor properly trained to be investigating crimes. This person, this was an article written, and it says that the ships actually ask you to report crime So the ship wants you to report all crimes to these untrained security guards. Is the ship trying to hide criminal acts so that the ship does not get a bad name? This guy says that he's a police commander from a large USA police agency. If you are a victim of a crime on a cruise ship, report it to the next in-port police agency as soon as possible, and they will either take charge or get you in touch with a real police officer or police agency that has jurisdiction over the waters where the crime occurred. Or you can call the embassy to report the crime. This cop says the ship's security guards are not qualified nor properly trained to investigate a crime other than maybe a lost item. I am talking about major crimes like sexual assaults, rapes, robberies, aggravated assault, etc. And yes, these crimes occur on many cruise ships, and they happen quite frequently, apparently. The ship's security department is not trained to do nor are they equipped to perform a criminal investigation. They really do like to act like they're the police, though, and it's a very unsettling feeling to see this. And that's what I was getting at. They probably act like they damn big boss up in there because they damn security for the cruise ship, you know, like ex-cons being a bouncer in a club. Like, oh Lord. Oh, Lord. Like that one security guard over there at Walmart that one time. Ouch. Oh, y'all, I'm about to go to bed. About to go to bed. About to go to bed. Get ready for bed. Wake up and do it all over again tomorrow. Maybe I will... I don't know. Maybe something good will happen and I can figure this shit out this week. I need to plan for next week, though. I need to make up my mind whether I'm going to sell some stuff. I don't know how. That's the problem. I guess Facebook, but that's dangerous. I guess I could use that. Yeah, I know. I got to go get gas. Screw it, I can wait till tomorrow. Got 80 miles till empty. That's technically 40 because I have to half it. But I hope you guys have a good night. I'm gonna jump off here. My head's kind of hurting. I don't know why. Probably from all the caffeine and talking. That's another thing that I don't think I ever realized before I started YouTube was being in front of a camera and stuff. It actually gives you a tension headache quite a bit. Even being on your phone, you know, looking at content, reading content, stuff like that, it can give you a major headache doing that for hours and hours a day. I don't know how people sit behind a damn cubicle in a cubicle and damn work like that. Kudos to anybody that has an office job that enjoys it. Good for you, honey, because I could never. I would go insane. But we'll talk tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a good night. Please pray for me because God knows I need it, and I'm praying for y'all. Good night, y'all. Y'all be safe out there.